Alright everyone, welcome. Hey Kobe, welcome to the stream everyone. Hi DB Outdoor. Alright guys, I don't think there's any queues, alright? So yeah, let's do a bit of a build overview like I did last time. Testing out something a little different today. A little update on the concept. Oh, accidentally. There we go. All right, party people. A little update on how this is gonna work today. I'm kind of, testing full damage today. Full glass cannon. Okay, so 16k health. That's pretty much a minimum. That's like with no vitality in the build. So if you look here, I got pretty much full Zerger stats. 1382 power, 960 precision, 960 ferocity. That's all Berserker, baby. So Berserker, Power Infusions, Dragon Hunter Relic, Dragon Hunter Runes. And today we'll do Cruelty and Force on the Spear, and I might try running Severance, because I think when I talk about the rotation, it'll make more sense. But CCing somebody gives you Precision and Ferocity. 250, so that's about 10 or 11% crit in total. So anyway, for now I'll start with Force. If I'm seeing I'm getting a lot of CCs, maybe I'll switch it to Severance instead of Force, just as a kind of a meme. Energy Hydro on the Greatsword, typical. I don't think that'll ever really change for me. You can probably put Force on the Greatsword too, but I like Energy a lot. Okay, the Relic is the Relic of the Claw. This is probably your highest possible damage output build, if you care about just being as offense oriented as possible. Okay, so the Claw Relic is whenever you use a CC ability, you gain 7% crit, or sorry, 7% strike damage for 8 seconds. You don't actually have to interrupt anybody, you just have to hit a CC ability. So it has a very high uptime. It's pretty much active all the time. So that kind of goes over that. The traits are the same as always, full offense damage oriented. We can splash in Spirit Boon if we want. Might do that. All right, so the legend choices, we can go really with all the typical secondary options that we normally go over, but a couple of things can be different. Okay, so the way that you spike with this build is by making sure that you have your claw relic buff going, which is relatively easy. You just have to make sure you keep that into consideration. And it really mostly only matters in Greatsword. When you're in Greatsword and Alliance stance, because your only way to proc Claw is with Reaver's Rage. Okay. Or if you're in melee and if you're in Greatsword and in Demon stance, because your only way to proc Claw is with your leap ability here. Okay. So each time you leap, you will give yourself a 7% damage buff. Okay. Each time you pull, I should say. Each time you pull a foe. Honestly, I don't even think you have to actually land a pull either. I think if it just connects on a target and it does the damage packet of 851, or is it 851? No, 8 damage. If it does the 8 damage packet, it'll consider the Claw Relic as procced. So even if you hit through stability, this pretty much always procs. The other way is going to be, of course, with Reaver's Rage. Very expensive in energy, and honestly I'm going to try to avoid using it as much as I can. I'm going to try to pre-buff my Claw before I go into Greatsword using anything else, but if I have to get my Claw back up, I will use Energy Meld Reaver's Rage. So you can just Reaver's Rage and start doing your burst combo. Okay, so as you can see, Claw Relic is still rolling. You can use Reaver's Rage and Greatsword to keep it up pretty much all the time. But like I said, it's really bad on the energy. So in an ideal scenario, you proc this with either Demon Stance. So I guess since I'm in Great Sword, I'll just do the Demon Stance ones. So for Demon Stance, this is probably what I'm going to prefer to do today. I'm going to try to make sure that every time I'm in Demon Stance and I'm in Greatsword that I use Energy Meld if I can. And the reason I want to try to do a strip and a pool bomb like on myself. That way I can kind of keep my claw procced and maybe add in some CC utility while I'm just sitting around in Greatsword and Demon Stance and I can't really get into melee perhaps. So just something I'm going to toy around with. Don't know how good that'll be. Okay, so that is if you go Demon Stance. This is probably the more like team-oriented version of the build. But if you go Shiro build and you just want to go like straight up just damage town, you don't give a shit about anything else. Your job is just to get numbers. So if you just care about getting numbers, you can go Shiro, and you can of course proc this of course with Spear 4 as we've been mentioning from range, but you can pre-buff all of this with Spear 4 from range. Leap in. Shiro, Jade Winds to proc it if you want. Use your Energy Meld, use your Greatsword combos. Jade Winds again once it comes up again. Boom, Claw Relic is still rolling, and you're still cranking in melee, right? Switch whenever you want. Use Reaver's Rage to reapply, or switch to Spear to keep the relic going with Spear 4. So that's going to be really, I'm going to try and stay in Shiro if I can, but if we need boon strips, I will switch to Demon. So that's the idea. Hope you guys think it's interesting. Give it a try. It is pretty good. This build, it works. Obviously, you don't have to run full Berserker like I am. You can throw in some Dragon stats maybe, or Marauder stats, I mean, not Dragon, to buff up your crit. My crit's a touch low. I'm going to try to keep my crit around 93%. While we're in a map. So if we just go to our BL, we get a little bit of stats for just hanging out there. Hey, what's up? You're no king. Appreciate the likes, guys. All right, so when you're in a Borderland, you get some free stats here. If you see at the bottom, you get Bloodlust. We have Borderlands Bloodlust, which is giving us 50 to power, precision, and toughness, vitality, so it's just extra power. Wait, did I say precision too? Yeah, power and precision, so yeah, there you go. So as you see, my crit goes up to 53% when I'm in most places, but if it drops lower, I will flip this back piece to Assassin's Gear. Okay? And that should fix the crit a little bit. I just kind of want to be in a certain range most of the night, if I can be. So this is going to be different than the other version of the build that I was advertising, and I'm probably going to keep advertising to most people, because it provides you with a little bit more consistent damage by using the Mistburn Relic to give you the last 10%, and then any overcapped crit goes into Dragon Gear, which gives you a little more ferocity and some vitality. That build is more consistent, better for newer players. This build is a little bit more YOLO. You just want to like go full damage, basically, like reach your potential. Okay, so that is a good little overview of how the build works and what kind of we're looking for. Oh, looks like we have a little tag running around here. Let's join him up. And I guess since I have you guys here, I'll show you guys my roaming build. So this is my Zerg build, all offense, designed with supports in mind. My roaming Vindicator build is a touch different, not very much. I take aggressive arrival for some resistance on legend swap, and I take glaring resolve or cleansing channel. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. So this one gives you stability when you stun break. And this one gives you one Condi Cleanse on Legend Swap. So it's a very minor choice. Either is fine. But more importantly is the gear. This is what everybody usually cares about. So just pay attention to the stats, because the stat names are kind of all over the place. But I go for about 2,700 armor, and the rest I just go into a little bit of vitality. So if you look here, it's 1160 power, 957 precision, 341 toughness, 265 vitality, and 872 ferocity. So basically, I'm just like losing a bit of stats and spreading them into a little bit of toughness and vitality. And the way that you do that is by mixing Dragon's gear and Demolisher's gear in various places. I think I based it off my crit chance. I wanted my crit chance to be around 93. But it's a little high, in fact, right now. But anyways, so this is my roaming build. It's pretty tanky. It's full power. It's you of course Dragon Hunter runes again. You can probably use Scholar. It might be better. What's this guy doing? This guy's losing to a Sand Lion. You could probably use Scholar, and it's better on average because power is better at lower levels of might, or yeah, lower levels of might stacks. And then for the weapons, I use short bow and spear. Both are like ranged weapons, basically really easy to get damage off of with these against most builds, and it has plenty of finishing power since you're all power damage basically. And then so on the short bow you go cleansing fire. The reason you go cleansing on short bow is because your short bow is kind of like your defensive running away kiting weapon, and anytime you legend swap you'll proc your cleansing sigil, or anytime you switch from your spear into your short bow, you might be cleansing yourself, and generally getting cleansed as you switch into short bow means that you're gonna have an easier time kiting. Okay. For the spear, I got cruelty and hydromancy. You can probably throw an energy sigil instead of cruelty or hydromancy. I feel like these two sigils can be moved around to anything you like. And I like the fire sigil here because it adds like an extra burst on your engage. A lot of times you can get one shots in this build because you're just all power. So this is the roaming build. Oh, I didn't say the relic is the speed relic. And the speed relic with rapid flow here, it's basically 100% swiftness uptime, and then your swiftness is max speed, so you're hard to catch basically. So this is basically, honestly, it's basically my Zerging build, but with a little bit of added defense, and then using a mobility relic. So you lose about 30% ferocity and about 100 power. I think maybe a little more, but you trade that in and you get more toughness and a little bit of vitality in the build, and you get higher crit chance. All right, that explains the two builds I tend to play. And it looks like we're getting more people. All right, let's catch up with chat now that I'm kind of done reviewing that. Let me know if you guys have any questions or you guys want to ask anything, really. Appreciate the likes on the stream, guys. You guys are killing it. I didn't even say that, really. Oh, I see a green guy over there. All right, let's take back this castle. Let's look at my stats in combat here. So 93% crit, a lot of power. Ferocity is still stacking with the cruelty sigil. Who is this little thief that's like trying to solo these NPCs? Never seen them before. All right. Oh, that guy went down. Oh, VIP is here. Yeah, no. Gotta make sure I don't get too low on energy. They might run on me soon. Morning, TJ. Morning. Hope you're enjoying your morning tea, morning coffee. Okay, I'm getting some picks here. I don't know where they're going. Okay, let's see here. All right. Surprised they didn't like come out and try and like portal us. Oh, there you go. Alright, let's do a bunch of range damage here. Let's do a Jade Winds here. Do some dodging. We did pretty well, I think. Not too bad. They took our siege, which is, I think, their goal, but I thought we'd just wipe. Oh. Gotta be careful here. Can't save that guy. This guy's still there? Yeah, they're still there. Can't help him. Alright. Let's get going. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you guys are just tuning in, I have 2 streams rolling on my YouTube channel. One of them is in full-size desktop quality, one of them is for mobile streams. If you're checking out on the desktop, I did a little breakdown of my build just a minute ago or so. If you want to scrub back to the first few minutes of this VOD, I'm playing a full glass cannon Revenant today. Or, not Revenant, Vindicator. Well, I guess Revenant, but Vindicator's what I meant to say. Guess my tag is here. Just had breakfast? Ooh, nice. I had dinner. Like, well, like an hour ago, but... EBG is queued like crazy. It's got like a 40-something queue when I first logged in like 30 minutes ago. Looks like we got the group together, or some of us. All right. Wizards Vault dailies, Dunzo. Good, very good. You'll love to see it. Hopefully we have enough supports today to fight some peeps. All right. Yeah, I think it makes sense to put it at the start of stream for everyone who wants to check it out. I'm gonna do that every stream. Every stream I'll talk about the build, even if it's the same build that I streamed a couple of days ago, just in case anybody who's new, who's coming across the VOD after you know, after it's live. Somebody suggested that to me in one of my YouTube comments. It's a good suggestion. So, so today we're gonna try going the full glass cannon builds. Let me switch over now that we actually have some people here. Let me lower the music a little bit too. But just a little refresher, all Berserker stats today. Let me just move in the middle screen. All Berserker stats, as you can see at the top there. Power, precision, ferocity only. Claw relic for 7% damage increase after CCing. And we'll try using Jade Winds to proc the Claw relic consistently. Oh, also I should say shout out to, I think it was Lavi who recommended this build to me a long time ago, and I told him I'd check it out after I kind of figured out what the build I was gonna make my own guide on. So I'm actually really giving this a try from him, from them I should say. So Jade Winds is going to be the way you proc it in Assassin stance, and when you're in Lion stance, you can do it with Reaver's Rage and Spear 4. So Reaver's Rage when you're in Greatsword, and Spear 4 when you're not. That's going to be the goal. Oh, got some folks coming. Jade wins again here. I'm gonna switch back to Spear, then do my Spear 4 combo. Another Jade Wind's coming up. Okay, that was actually crazy. Well, that was a good test. Good morning, Barbaric Disdain. Welcome, welcome. That was a good first pull. Damn. Jade Winds hits hard, what the hell? Jade Winds is my number 2 damage, man. What? Alright, 39k spike. That's pretty good. 10k higher than Tiffany. That's a good sign. Good damage. Good damage, but you provide no strips. Oh, let me add the strips meter. Boon strips, cleanses. I think that's all of them. Oh, total damage is not here. There we go. So hold on. Hold on. I re-enter. All right, let's take a look here. So we got damage meter. So here, that was that fight. Let's take a look at the numbers. So we only have 3 people doing boon strips, so I might have to go and switch this to the demon stance variant of the rotation. Because 3 boon strips, 3 people doing relevant boon strips is not good enough. But the damage is hella good on Jade Winds. It's like an extra 100k damage that it did by itself, that legend. Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I was correct. Alright, is there anything else I needed to look at here? I don't know. We'll keep an eye on the boon strips for the tonight. Might have to try the demon stance variant. Alright. So now I got my stacks here. This is my stats with, well, I have a few stacks of might, so we'll try and ignore that, but 93% crit, 255% ferocity. Power is probably around 3,100. Let's wait for this 3 stacks to drop. Yeah, 3,106 is what we're working with, gang. We'll give it a go. If I die too much, you know, don't roast me. I'm gonna try really hard not to die. And also, you know, maybe I can use this build as an excuse to help you guys learn how to do damage and like still be kind of slippery, like using your evades and stuff like that. So pay attention whenever I'm on the front line. Whenever I'm on the front line, it's usually because I have dodges ready, or I have Spear 3 to do like a dodge Spear 3, you know, back, or Nomads advance forward, switch to blue, Nomads advance back is another way to kind of do a burst and come back. That's what I mean by slippery. When you're slippery, means you can get in there, do your burst, and like get out with using your dodges, your evades, or your, you know, whatever skill, your movement skill, etc. There's a lot of options. You know, you have a lot with even Shiro. With reposting shadows is usable. It's pretty expensive, but you know, it's usable. You know, you can go like this, and you're invulnerable while you're moving through all this way. So something to consider. Keep an eye on that. That is part of the, you know, the battle dance. not to use a Vindicator skill name, but that is the dance of the battle. All right. Very happy. My wife brought me some tea. Non-caffeinated tea. I can't be up late. Otherwise, I'd be having coffee. I normally have coffee. More coffee, man. All right. All right. What's up, guys? If you guys are interested, I should advertise. I have a community Discord, at which the whole point of the community Discord is to help each other out or talk about the game, or honestly just you know, a place to form a community. So join Discord if interested. So I'll do a little preview of it. Hope I spelled that right. I don't think I did. Let me fix that. I definitely misspelled community. There we go. Let's go ahead and pin that. All right, running to my tag. But do a little preview here of the Discord. It's really just a place for me to put all my resources that I am creating for the guides. But here's what it looks like. It's called the Ram Ranch. When you first join, you gotta hit a react here on the Kong Dong. It's one of the emotes here. It's on the server. You get access to announcements. So anytime I upload a video or a live stream, a little message goes on here. Also, my curated builds, including Glass Cannon Shiro, like today. That build is here. You get access to my written guides. Right now, I only have the Renegade guide written out, but I will eventually write out everything, including like DH, Spellbreaker, anything that I play from now on. And from the creation of this community Discord and going forward, all of the build guides that I write out, I will end up putting them here. And then on top of that, we also have the meme chat where we can just kind of talk about whatever. You can link any clips that you guys want to talk about. I'm kind of putting in the teasers and spoilers for the new expansion here that's coming up in the end of this year. And then also, if you're interested in some tips for optimizing the game. I have some tips here, and I have some pins in this channel that you can check out that has pretty much just like how I play the game, how I think you can play the game better if you care. And then also you have a suggestions channel here that you can let me know what you think, if you want something to be better, if you want me to add a channel to the Discord, if you want to suggest a video to me, a topic that you want me to cover, you're open to do so there. Open to everybody, no gatekeeping. It's really just a place for us to just to talk, because I can't really expect all of you guys to join my guild Discord or anything like that. That'd be kind of rough. All right. As a married man of 36 years, please tell me the secrets of getting your wife to bring you a hot beverage. I'll be honest, there is no secret. The secret is just making sure your wife is happy. And for my wife, it's simple. I take my wife on a hike with my dogs. I have 2 huskies every day. And I'll be honest, the physical outdoor activity and getting out there in the nature and all that really keeps her happy and centered. Me too. So I don't know. I would say my tip is, you know, find what, you know, people call it the love language of your partner these days, but I would say find whatever makes your partner happy, and you know, try and do that more, even if it's like little simple things like doing the dishes more often and stuff. You know, you'll see that maybe she'll start treating you better. All right, I need to catch up with my group here. I'm far as hell. Oh, never mind, they're coming here. All right, it looks like we're forming up. We got another Vindicator, another Renegade. I love seeing the Revenant players. Kind of got a weird comp today. No Chronos. We have 1 Chronomancer, 2 Chronos. Man, Chronos are so rare. I feel like it's always the Chronos. At least for our guild. All right. Yeah, we got some content coming up here. Apparently there's a group over there. Oh, my utilities are down. My crit's at 54%. Oh, I'm in a guild objective, so I'll have the extra. I think I should... Oh wait, this is already Berserker, never mind. Okay, I guess they're not coming. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, what is my queue? 30? Damn, it's gonna take a while for our group to get into EBG. Okay. Let's see, we got a firebrand in each party at least, but not enough Chronos probably to tank up anything outnumbered. Basically, you need a Chrono and FB, or an FB or Chrono plus Renegade. I think Renegade actually could be a secondary boon support. Alright. You just finished watching my video on Untamed? Ooh, you did. You need to come back. Nice. It's a good time. We have expansion hype coming up here well, really now. We just got the new Revenant legend revealed this week, today. We have really a lot to look forward to. It's an exciting time to get back into it, get the muscle memory back, you know, start working on some some objectives like cosmetics or legendaries or whatever. But Untamed, sick build, man. It's one of my favorites. So it's up there with Vindicator, DH. Sorry, people in Discord are talking, so it's I have to when I stop talking like that, it's because I can't think while they're while they're saying stuff. Oh, there's a guy inside that hut. Okay, I got too many names on screen. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There you go. You've been an Ellie main? So what's like you? 30? Dang, it's gonna take me a while. What was I gonna say? You've been an Ellie main since release. I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm just kidding. That's cool. Ellie is good. Ellie is good. Depends on your playstyle. Ellie has a lot of good builds right now. You can play Boon Catalyst. You can play DPS Weaver, Staff Weaver. You can play DPS Staff Catalyst. I think it's actually pretty good right now. You can play Heal Boon Catalyst. You can play Heal Tempest. What else? There's got to be something else I'm missing, right? I'm forgetting one. Anyway, there's a ton of builds, really. And of course, there's all the Condi and roaming stuff you can do on Ellie. Ellie has a lot of good builds to play with. Bum, 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 bum. New elite spec for the Ellie is going to be Norn inspired. It's going to be regarding summoning spirits of the wild. It's called the Evoker. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. I like the what do they call them? Animations? Yeah, I like the animations for all the spirits. Honestly, it was not at all how I thought it was going to turn out, but I don't know. It looks cool. Ooh, heal scrapper, man. You're a Chad. Heal Tempest, heal scrapper. Yeah. You know, I think heal Tempest right now, the thing that they bring to the table is gonna be their auras, and they did buff the auras, I think, or at least they were changing them. I don't play Ellie enough, you know, to honestly be able to talk knowledgeably or speak knowledgeably. But I think so, you know, maybe you can correct me here, but from my understanding, heal scrapper is the highest cleansing, heal druid is like the highest healing, or like burst healing. This Vindicator build looks strong. Yep, it's full damage, just full offense, Vindy build, DPS roll. It's basically like, it's like another flavor of how do I explain this? It's kind of like, so if you think DPS DH is like the highest like spike / burst in the game, and then you think like DPS scrapper is like the more consistent damage, Vindicator is like in the middle, a little bit closer towards the berserker side. So it's very fun because it's very bursty, but at the same time you have a very high consistent damage, so it feels quite good. It's a fun rotation, fun class, at least when the tuning is good and when the energy rotation is good. Sometimes the energy rotation has been pretty bad in the old builds where you were spending all the time on roads and stuff. But now since they nerfed roads and made it kind of harder to use and increased the cooldown, it freed up a lot of energy and also freed up the fact that you don't have to use dwarf stance really if you don't need to. So now you can go strips. Now you can go Shiro if you want, or you can just go back to dwarf. It's really good. Honestly, I was pretty down on the nerf to inspiring reinforcements, making it 40 energy and 15-second cooldown. It used to be 30 and 10. I really hated that change. I thought it nerfed the utility of Vindy a lot, but I think they did that probably because the damage is too good on Vindicator to have this high of uptime on stability for 25 people. So I think I'm understanding that a bit better now. Alright. Hi Katie, good to see you. Is Spear viable on most classes? Yeah, Spear is viable on pretty much everything. I think Engineer is probably the only class that doesn't really like their Spear that much. Spear, Engineer and Thief maybe? Your best Vindicator can hang with the best DPS and hollows. Yeah, man. Vindicator's up there. The damage is good. I think that's why they nerfed the utility, to be honest. I think they wanted to keep the damage good and keep the utilities more in line with the other options that you have for DPS. Like, you go Berserker, you get Banner. You go Spellbreaker, you get Strips. You go Untamed, you get Strips plus High Spike. If you go DH, you get Traps plus defensive utilities. If you go, what else? Like Staff Weaver, like full glass Staff Weaver, you have high, like, group AoE damage, but your burst is not there. You're kind of just like you're like a ranged scrapper. It's cool. I like it. I like it so far. I think it's my favorite playstyle still, now that I'm revisiting a lot of the specs that I used to play and I'm rotating back to Vindicator, my original main. I think it still takes the cake for playstyle for me. I just love the energy system too much. Untamed is a close second though, I'll be honest. Untamed with the Mace Hammer build, if you can go full melee, like a GVG oriented setup, damn, that rotation is fun as hell. Nostalgia attack. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Remember to hit a like on the stream, guys, if you guys are having fun. I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, so it looks like we're finally getting, well, we're PPTing right now, so I don't know if we're going to get some content here. But we're queued for EBG. We've got a 20-man queue, probably. I think I'm one of the last people that queued, so I think 20 is probably a pretty safe average. So I don't know, it's probably going to take us a while to get all of us in. Alright. Hollow is next on the list, by the way. You mentioned Hollow. I am going to learn Hollow next. I have to visit Hollow, learn about it for the first time, because I don't really... I know a little bit about Hollow because I played it a little bit in PvE, like when Path of Fire came out. But that was literally years ago. And I honestly don't really know like how, like what it brings to the table other than super speed. I really don't know how the damage works and how... I don't know. There's a lot to learn, I think, with Hollow, and it seems like it's gonna be a fun one. I really like Hollow Forge as a mechanic. I don't know. We'll see. To be discovered. Let's go ahead and help play this out. So I can't get these circles up there very consistently. You've seen our guild tag a bit. You're on... So you're on what, blue? Oh, yeah. Welcome to the stream, Archie. That's cool, man. Oh, which, what, are you part of a guild or something? Or are you like a solo? I should be using these catapults. I'm a DPS. Alright, let's help out. Looks like some people's queues are popping. 10-man queue. FTL? Ah. Hey, I appreciate it, RG, really. Honestly, I run this stream because I play at this time anyway with my guild, and streaming is fun, sharing the content is fun, getting more eyes on the game is fun, having people to talk about the game is fun. You know, growing a little bit of a community here it's been a good time. Oh, wall down. Let's do it. Honestly, I think DPS is the most interesting role in the game, and the resources for learning how to DPS safely, or I guess not safely, but well, are pretty hard to come by. It is a hard thing to learn how to Zerg surf, basically. Positioning of force is another one. Music's super low. There we go. Is there a support that provides a lot of endurance, like all the time, like rotationally, like Spectre or something? Because that would be an interesting way to synergize with Vindicator. If you give me a support that refills my endurance bar a lot, that'd be kind of fun. Don't know if that's really a thing. Maybe a support Vindicator. I don't know if they even do that. I don't think they do. I know there's a relic that does it, and when you use your heal skill, which I think Vindicator could be good at, since you have 3 heal skills. Look at the damage there. I wasn't really trying to do much damage. Or, yeah, I was just trying to keep my stacks up. I actually did a lot of damage. Alright. Does quickness impact the endurance bar? No, it does not. The only thing that impacts it is anything that says endurance increase. So if you read the scavenger burst there, it says unleash your rage at foes in a targeted area, so basically a well. Gain boons and endurance for each foe struck. So at the bottom it says endurance per target hit 5. So you can hit 5 targets. That's 5 times 5, 25. 25 endurance if I make sure I target cap my scavenger bursts. What's the number of? I think you have 100 endurance. I think so. If you do 4 scavenger bursts, it refills your bar. But of course, that's not taking into consideration your passive regen. Lame. Is there a place that says your endurance number? Doesn't look like it. All right. Oh, we have an ANET. We have an ANET employee with us. Where is he? Where did he go? Hold on just a gosh darn second. No, Katie. We're not. We're on the other BL. Definitely don't come check. Actually, come check. Specifically come to, go ahead and stand over here in Woodhaven. Oh no, my queue popped. You're safe. You're safe, Katie. You're lucky I have to go. You're lucky that the mists call my name. Oh shit, man. Alright. Thought I was one of the last people to queue up, but it seems like I was one of the firsts. Hell yeah. You're lucky. I would have been deep in that, Gary. I would have had a second home. Yeah, don't go to the club unless you're married. My squad is still there. That's true. It's true, but I won't be the one that kills you. You tried taking our Gary earlier, really? And you couldn't do it? I feel like our Gary is... Well, it's the red BL. I don't know. The red BL Gary is easy to defend. Especially since we have EWP. What? Dude, some people in my Discord are wilding out. What the fuck are they saying? Dead? Oh, dead responded. DED. All right. So since we have a second here, I'm going to do a little bit of advertising, a little shilling. For one of my Untamed videos, I kind of have shown this a few times before, but my Untamed build guide is like the most popular video on my channel. People love that video. So I kind of did a follow-up video that I uploaded, just giving people an example of what the rotation looks like in like a full night. It's kind of supposed to be like a bit of a mix of entertaining and like all the fights. Entertaining and funny, I guess. Educational. Anyway, so it's got all the fights that we had. It's a good example between the rotations between spear and mace. So I'm still using spear here. We're doing a bit of a corner bomb thing. For some reason I portaled in there. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, I go through the spear hammer rotation. And at some point here we switch out here to the hammer and mace build, which is my favorite rotation in the game. Hold on, let me skip to this area here. Hold on. Where's the beginning of this? There we go. Sorry. So I get back here with my tag. I'm gonna start getting ready to blast here. So you're going to the mace, switch to hammer here in a minute, drop spores. Or actually I already did. It is a sick video. Great representation of what the rotation looks like. Oh, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you, Archie. It's a really fun video. Give it a check out. Gives you a good idea of how the playstyle works out for Untamed, and it's really fun. Oh, my tag is here. All right. Let's go ahead and get back with the gang. Oh, well, a lot of us actually got in while I was showing that video. What the hell? That was fast. That Q dropped quick. I didn't even get to show my favorite bomb in that video, which is at the end. It's like a crazy spike. It was definitely a full target cap spores. Got hit by something out there. He's already out of comments, gonna let him go. Alright. In no uncertain terms, I said we couldn't have it. I think I might need to add this to Assassin's stats. My minimum is 93% crit. That's kind of where I want to be. Always start in alliance stance for the quickness plus range damage, of course. 900 range scavenger burst. Shiro is better when you're in melee. It's better for greatsword, basically. You colony bomb them. You leave them alone, you little rat, you. You little rat. So what do you guys think about Conduit, man? I'm so excited. I actually am so happy. I love it. I actually love the concept. I love the legend. I love the lore. I love the idea of the mechanics. I can't wait. I just hope the traits aren't bad. if on Friday they do the reveal stream and all the traits seem very boring, I will be very sad. Unless the mechanics are very interesting and the traits have to be boring because the mechanics are so interesting. But man, I'm looking forward to it. I think they definitely left the last 3 specs like best for last. They were the most interesting. The engineer one, Revenant, and I think the evoker, I guess, it's not really the most interesting, but it's like the one that most people care about. You know, I feel like Elementalist is really popular. Although I'll be honest, I am sad that we're not getting the like longbow on Elementalist. That seems like fun. You're hyped? Nice. Yeah, I agree. I think these 3 were the best 3. And the Antiquary Ritualist Paragon release was okay. Antiquary really dragged it down for me. Ritualist Paragon was cool. Paragon wasn't as cool as I wished it was. The traits were boring. And then Luminary, Gale Shot, and what am I missing? Troubadour. That one was interesting. I am looking forward to Troubadour. Luminary, I'm kind of like, I don't know what to think about it. We'll kind of see, I guess. I don't know. If it's like a frontliney kind of, I really don't know what to think. If it has a fun rotation and the damage is tuned well, maybe it'll be fun and playable. But I don't know. I have a feeling it's not gonna be my cup of tea there. Dude, how hard is this hit? 14k! Holy! 14k Jade wins. That's illegal. That's not allowed. That guy had to have been Berserker, right? Like full Zerker Herald. Because that was a straight up against the rules. Jesus Christ, man, this build is insane. If I get caught by a pull or a stun, I explode, but fuck it. Jade wins. Yeah, very good, Katie. As long as you hit it. If you miss, Jade wins because they dodged or they blocked or something. It is so embarrassing. Because you just wasted all your energy. I don't know what is up with this playlist, man. This playlist is... It's got such a wide variety of songs. Let's see, I gotta find something new. Let's see. Gotta find another playlist. There we go. Nope. Kinda is a Tron soundtrack kind of deal. Okay, well, half my group just exploded in the booth because they didn't follow the tank. Alright. They're big. So, we have no strips, so I'm gonna have to try Demon Stance for the strips in the rotation. Let's see. So we have 2 damage dealers. It's not. Ooh, Whoopit's playing. It's playing. What's this called? What do they call this? What's this called? Virtual Soldier. Jeez, man, that's bad. Oh, wait, what? Where'd he go? All right, we got 2 burn brands. We got a vert. We had 1, and we have 1 necro probably. So we have like 4 damage dealers, 2 Condi guys, 3 Condi guys. That group is running private. Oh, really? That blue group is a private tag? So wait, you're a private tag and they're that big? Jesus, the hell? It's big as hell. Actually, we're kind of big too. I think we're private now, aren't we? Let me see. Are these all people from my guild? Yeah, they are. So we're 30 about. We're about 30 people. Oh, it's good to know. I always thought we were a little bit smaller than that. Alright, I didn't even get to the demon stance part of the rotation before we had to pull out. Man, this playlist is like putting me to sleep. What is up with this music, man? Let's switch. Alright, so man, I kind of don't want to have to go Chalice because Dwarf Stance is such a nerf on my damage. But we might need the roads. Alright, so earlier I was saying how you don't really want to have to use Chalice, but you can proc your Claw Relic with Forced Engagement. So I'm gonna. This is a really non-optimal, I think, in terms of doing damage. I think this is a really big nerf on damage, but we'll see. I'll do 1 pool. Sadly, I think we're gonna need it, so we don't have enough chronos. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The right stats, right? Okay. I thought I ate the wrong food for a sec. Switch this to Zerker. Alright. So we're gonna open with Roads and Spirit 5 and just Legend Swap. And then I'll get my utility out of the way. Alright. Got a pretty juicy spike there. But couldn't really make much of it. I'm not, yeah, I'll stay Dwarf until we get a full. I have an opportunity to switch here, but man, we really are lacking strips, man. All right, so I'm gonna just stay Demon. All right, let's keep it up. Not sure what the plan is here, Tag Mander. And these groups are a little too chonk. We need a few more. We're 41 now, but it's a lot of these are roamers now. We got one group of roaming people, I think. Ooh, another chrono. We'll take it. We love chronos. Alright, so the opening spike is going to be dodge, scavenger burst, spear 4, spear 4, well, sorry, not spear 4, 525. At some point switch to demon. Nope, ain't coming. All right. Doing a bunch of tippy toeing. I can't. Don't know why we ran in there, honestly. Saw that coming. Alright, yeah, I got some strips off, but we're just not able to stabilize and even do anything, so. Spending the whole time fighting, or running, I mean. Let's see. How bad is the stab? It's not even that bad. People are just asleep or what? Is it cleansing, maybe? Maybe it's cleansing. Maybe people are getting emo and I can't get out. If that's the case, that is crazy because we have plenty of cleansers. They're just not pressing their buttons, I think. Yeah, maybe they got pulled in, I guess. Is there a reason I can't go into this? Oh. I think I'm disconnected from the servers. Yep. Ah. Come on, ain't it? What class is this? This is a Vindicator. Can I log in? Alright, let me restart my client. Yeah, it's bugging the hell out. Oh my god. Technical difficulties. Beep. Alright, let's fix this. I hope there's not a queue time for me to get back in. I'll be so annoyed. Not again. This happens to me like once a week, I swear. It's happened to you a couple of times today. Are you serious? Is there a big like server issue right now? Somebody else mentioned that in our Discord. Chrono is needed, but so unsatisfying. Is that true? Is that why Chrono's damn rare? It's always Chronos that we're missing. I don't play any of the light armor classes, so I just don't know, and I can't really. I have no insight on the situation. You see your DPS or healing numbers go up. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're not playing something that does damage or healing. What is this 20-man queue, man? My god. 20-man queue. Oh, I'm pissed. Alright. Is there any roaming to do? Got a left T. I'm not a big fan of this song. Let's gonna skip this one. this music playlist is so bad. Okay. Hold on. I have to find something I can play, please. Let's just try this, I guess. Alright. This queue time at 13. What was it, 19 when I first popped in? That's not bad. It's like 40% of it already. See if Firekeepers can have any action. So let me just clear the guard and just then take this, or thank you, I guess. Okay, that was weird. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Look at the map. What? Why was that guard running all the way over here? Oh, jeez. That's a lot of greenies. Damn. If that was anything less than that many, I could maybe try and do something here, but that's a lot. You get that guy? Get down. Can't help it. Sorry, buddy. As much as I'd like to help you, bud. Okay, they go in somewhere. They going. This is not the portal I thought it was. Where the hell are they going? This shit is a maze. Back there, bro. I can't get back up, can I? Where are they going? Let's go back into the door this way. Nah, let's go around this way, fuck it. I have the fire resist thing here? I don't. Dude, am I crashing again? No, man. Are you serious? What is this game? Okay, I'm gonna check my crash log this time. I'm pissed. I'm actually mad as hell. I swear, if it's an AMD or an NVIDIA crash log, I'm gonna rage. Because I can't do anything about it. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even pull my crash log, so let me pull it up. Doot, 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 doot. Let me see here. All right, 14Q. Somehow the queue is smaller than when I first queued. What? Oh, Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the sub, guys. Appreciate the likes on the stream as well. Thank you, thank you. What role is Herald and DH in World of World Zerg? I mean, builds preferred. Herald can be used for... well, Herald honestly is not very common for Zerg. But if you're really dead set on playing Herald specifically, there are some builds you can play where your job is to just do a bunch of boons, basically, and use your utilities. But it's not super optimal. There are other builds you can play that are better, like full DPS or full healer plus boons. So for full DPS, you can go Vindicator. For full boons, you can go like Renegade or Heal Vindicator. What's this game called? This game is Guild Wars 2. And you asked for DH. DH, you can play Power DH, which is a very strong and probably one of the most meta DPS for Zerg. And there's also Support DH, which is excellent. Well, I shouldn't call that excellent, but if we're thinking of the tiers between, you know, F to S, you know, you can consider Support DH, you know, somewhere between B and A probably. Appreciate the sub, by the way, Twiggy. Thank you. You're having a Sashiwa ton too? Really? Oh, I wonder what you did to fix it. Honestly, sometimes I disable like Arc DPS. I disable all my add-ons and it doesn't do anything. Sometimes my crash log will say it's due to an NVIDIA driver, and that's nothing you can fix, unfortunately. But sometimes it'll say it crashed because there's an unhandled exception with a particular add-on, and you know, that's something we can prevent. He was at 8. All right. Hey guys, if you guys are hanging out on the mobile stream, just want to let you know I also stream in full size on desktop. If you want to check out my channel under the live tab, there are 2 streams going right now, one for mobile and one for desktop. So if you want to see all of the meters and you want to see the full size, check that out. And then also consider hitting a like. And I guess while I have you guys, since I'm just running, if you look at the pinned message, you guys will see there is a message there to join our community Discord that we're putting together. This Discord is just a place for me to really put together all my resources. So we have some announcements for when I stream and upload videos, and more importantly, here are the builds that I like to play and I put together. All the links will be here. Written guides will be here, and any new guides that I write will be getting added here in the future. We got meme chat, and then of course build chat if you guys need help with the game, or if you guys have some Buildcraft that you guys want to talk about, get some ideas, etc, etc, etc. Check it out if you're interested. All right. They flipped Firekeep. Unfortunately, I can't do much against 10 to 15 of the green guys. Subbed. Hey, appreciate it, AJ. Appreciate it. I stream every week, almost every Monday and Wednesday, and then I will throw in a couple extra streams through the week, kind of depending on what's going on in my personal life, if I've got time. I do plan on trying to stream on Friday, since Friday is going to be the reveal stream for all of the traits and skill interactions and all the good stuff for the new Revenant Legend that's coming at the end of the year. So on Friday, I will stream so that at the end of the raid night, we can kind of, I don't know, do a little deep dive on the new legend and kind of get an idea of what's going on. Viewers are saying those due to NVIDIA as well. Really? Okay, I have it on high priority in Task Manager already, but I have not tried moving it out of the program files. Somebody mentioned that to me too. I'm going to try that. I'm going to put it on my secondary SSD. 7 in QDIM. For support, what classes and builds are the most preferred? Okay, I'll definitely break that down. So if you look here on my parties here on the left, actually you're on the mobile stream, so you can't really see. Let me try to move this over here for you. Just a second. All right, so I'm just doing this on the mobile stream real quick so you guys can see. But if you look at the party composition here on the left, here is what is most important for each party, okay, for Zerging. So you have one DPS, and their role is just damage. They don't do anything else except do damage. They don't heal, they don't provide any boons. They have no expectation for utility other than class specific utilities like dragon or warrior banner or DH traps, DH block, etc. It's a few small unique utilities, but for the most part all you do is damage. Along with them you have 4 other classes. One of them is usually going to be a firebrand, and another one that is very commonly paired alongside the firebrand is a chronomancer. So firebrand and chronomancer are probably the most common and important roles in Zerging. And then after that you have your healers, so full-time healers like Tempest, Druid, and Scrapper, and Heal Vindicator. Their jobs are purely to put out the green numbers, get the HP up, and to cleanse. That's it. That's their main role. They also, of course, each one of those classes individually, but amongst each other, they have their own utilities that are specific. You know, like Druids can res, Vindicators have certain boons that they can apply, and they also have access to stability through roads or projectile block through centaur stance, etc., etc. So within the role of the heal, cleanse, support, there is variation. Within the role of the DPS, there is variation at which you can pick specific utilities that you prefer. And then the third role is going to be the strips role. The strips role is usually either a CC oriented chronomancer or even a virtuoso, or most commonly is the necromancer. You almost always have a necromancer for the strips / CC role. So usually you'll have a DPS, a firebrand, and a necromancer, and if you're going for a more tanky setup, you'll add in the chronomancer as well. So you've got DPS, you've got necromancer of any role really. You can play Reaper, Scourge. You can play even like Heal Harbinger too. That's new now. It's the new build going around. So just to go over that again. Oh. I'm in a roaming build, by the way. Dude, so much support, man. Holy crap. Okay. I'm 3 in Q. Oh wait, man, am I DCing again? If I DC again, I disconnect from the server, I'm actually raging. I think I am. I'm actually so pissed. No, man. Why can't I play my game? I'm literally gonna disable all my stuff. Let's see, disable arc DPS. I'm gonna disable Blish. Actually, yeah, I'll disable Blish, although I'm not sure if I'll be doing it or not. Alright, so let me answer more questions, I guess, since I'm getting DDoSed. DPS, yeah, so DPS, and then you have a cleanse and healer, plus a booner and a stripper. It's funny to say it that way. Do I think it's because of the dual stream? No, I don't think it's because of the dual stream. This happens sometimes with the ArenaNet World servers with me for some reason. Alright. Fix the stream for you mobile guys, sorry. Appreciate the support, Radoslav. Let me answer your question. So I'm kind of new to the game, but it seems that if you want to run a Condi build, it's kind of hard because you don't have an exact alternative in exotic gear. Am I mistaken? You are mistaken. It is completely reasonable and easily possible to run a condition build. Do you think... oh wait, I already answered that. This game was unable to access the log server, the login server, yeah. This is the issue I have sometimes, the login server thing. I hate this bug, man. I don't know what is causing this for me, man, but it has something to do with my ISP, with the way it connects to WvW. This only happens to me in WvW. Good to know. I'll ask next time. Yeah, sure, for sure, man. Feel free to ask anything you want. More happy to ask, or happy to answer anything specific that you might have in mind. So yeah, you have like the CC/strips role, which is the Necromancer or Chrono, or you know, there's a lot of things in there, but you can even do Renegade. 13 in Q again, man. I'm just getting trolled. And then yeah, the heal cleanse role is Druid, Tempest, Vindicator, Scrapper, and then you have like your like boon roles, which are kind of between a few different roles. Like you have like support Spellbreaker, which does some strips, some CC, and some boons. That can go in the place of the Necromancer. What else? You have support Spectre, which can also go in the role in the slot of, I don't know, what can that go in the slot of? Maybe second DPS or something. It's hard. It's kind of, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a lot of them. These two are obviously supports for the group, so it's pretty worth it to kill them. Right. Alright, let's try and pick up some more kills. This game looks so nice. Is your character at max level? Yeah, I am. I am at level cap. Pretty much gear cap and all that. This game looks nice. Yeah, sorry. You're making one pure DPS and one pure support. Oh, okay. Well, there is so... Well, I recommend just try them all in exotic gear. And, you know, find out what you like. You know, in my opinion, I like Heal Druid and I like DPS Vindicator. So unfortunately, you can't get those both in the same class. You have to play two different classes, but they're both pretty fun. Do I roam a lot? Not really. I'm honestly, I enjoy Zerging more than roaming these days. But, you know, I don't hate it. I'll do it if it's fun. Crazy, man. They fear me so bad. They fear me because they don't understand me. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to take this from them for sure. It's good rotation practice, honestly. don't do any damage. Are they not trying to? Yeah. Gotta run. So here comes the chase. This is so boring, man. 100 tanks. Okay, you guys are so cringe, man. How many are you guys gonna send? Come on, bitch. Come fight me. What, you guys only want to fight when you got 10 dudes? You guys are fucking cringe, man. Seriously? Are they blind? I guess. I don't know. No, they just let me just beat the crap out of them. They just decided just to heal to do it. It's easier just to heal, tank it up. That is insane. Oh man, this is why I don't like roaming. People ask me, why don't you like roaming? Why don't you like... But this is why I don't like roaming. Roaming is just full of tank builds, man. Like, just giga tanks. People only want to outnumber, giga tank you down. Hope you just fucking die at your keyboard from how fucking bored you are. Like, that's why roaming sucks, because all the tank builds, all the outnumbered scenarios that you get into, you can't really work around, because what can you do? They have like 6 other healers. Honestly, I don't know if it's just my link, because this has been my experience with roaming almost all the time. This is always what it's like. It's me alone. If I get lucky, I get one guy who supports, which is that druid who showed up there at the end. And then, but it's just me against like 3x numbers. It's just like, okay, there's not enough damage in the world, man. I can go full Zerker, full ham. I will not be able to burst through that much healing. Man, you love to see Rev Shropo. Feels like everybody has dropped it for spear. No sir, Shropo is my favorite weapon. You'll never see me drop it. It is literally... I think it's very good for power. I think it's very good for Condi. It's an excellent weapon in roaming. It's usable in Zerg for Renegade specifically. The class I'm playing right now, yeah, is Power Vindy. So I'm playing my roaming build right now. I guess I'll give a little explanation since I got a lot of fellas here hanging out. So just pay attention to the stats because it's going to be a mix of Demolisher's stats, which if you look at Demolisher's power, precision, toughness, ferocity, and then I mix that in with some Dragon's gear, which is somewhere here. So a little bit of Dragon's gear. Basically the goal is Dragon's gear is precision, power, and ferocity, and some vitality. So basically I want my health to be around 19k and I want my armor to be around 2600. Like yeah, armor. And your crit should be around 90%. I like to go to 92. So 2850 power, 92% crit, 240% ferocity, 19k health, 2650 armor. So this is what I play when I don't expect any healers to really help me. It's a lot of power damage, enough sustain slash survivability stats where you can live between all your dodges and your cooldowns and stuff. All right. What is my queue, by the way? I've been at 3Q for some time. Okay. Oh, I didn't go over the traits. So when I play Roam Power Vindy or Roam Power Renegade or even Herald, I pretty much use this Invocation and Devastation. I use aggressive arrival, notoriety. You can go assassin's presence if your fury uptime is poopy, but I like the extra might plus power from might. I think it's just better. And then swift termination is just the best. 20% damage increase to targets 50% health or lower. It's crazy value on that one. It's just the best out of these three. You can never switch it pretty much. Then of course, Rolling Mists for the extra 20% crit chance and 5% crit damage leech. Rapid Flow for the self swiftness whenever you spend energy. And then you can, this line here, you can switch it up. You can go 7% more damage increase if you're 90% health or more, which I don't like for roaming. You can go 2 second stab plus 650 health heal when you stun break, which I like for because it'll cover any follow-ups, and if any follow-ups you see that you get hit by. Or you can go cleansing channel if you're running into a lot of Condi stuff. How is the brutality change feeling for me? Feels great in roaming, but I miss being able to. Yeah, it's good in roaming. It's okay. Here's my opinion on brutality. Okay, so you have a chance. So baseline, this trait gives you 3 seconds of quickness on weapon swap, which by itself is not really better than 20% increased damage on targets 50% or health or lower. That is the most important damage increase in the game. Execute damage is really important, especially in PvP. Brutality has a chance to not increase your damage if you ever are roaming and strike a target that doesn't use protection or stability, which is rare, I'll be honest, but there is a chance where technically this trait, all it does is give you 3 seconds of quickness. But if you take swift determination, you always have 20% increased execute damage all the time, no matter the state of the game. So I prefer swift termination. I think the 3 seconds of quickness is nice, it's not bad. But Vindicator provides its own quickness to do scavenger bursts, and Shiro with face reversal. So I usually don't really feel the need to add more quickness in my build. You can maybe even consider throwing in a rage sigil somewhere here for more quickness, but yeah, personal preference on that one. I think it's close. I think in roaming it's bad, and in Zerg it's useless. So in Zerg, you pretty much are always going to strike targets that have this effect. So you're always, basically it says give yourself 3 seconds of quickness plus 10% damage increase on a weapon swap. Which in Zerg scenario, it's good because you're pretty much always going to be striking targets that have either protection or stability, very likely. But why would you not just want swift termination instead? I'll be on it, boss. Sorry, some guys are talking to me in Discord. Hey, I actually tried, okay? I got 3 downs. Do you play Revenant mainly? I am a Revenant main, but I play... I just got in queue. Tell them they're in trouble. Alright. Sorry, I was gonna say I do play Revenant mainly, but I am very good at all the heavy armor classes plus Ranger. So Warrior, Guardian, Revenant, and Ranger I can play pretty well. I'd say I'm good enough at them. I can talk about them in decent confidence. The rest I don't really play a lot, but I know enough about them, to fight them and stuff. You were on your way to catch me off guard. This is my Zerg build, by the way. All right. That's so funny. All right, let me catch up with the chat. Yeah, checks out. Generally seems less applicable. Been playing with quickness on Rennie. Feels good. Yeah, yeah. Selly Rennie is good. Selly Rennie is real good. I think they're on the other end. All right, let's get to my. Let's get to the gang here. Dude, I think I'm DCing again. I'm DCing again, bro. That's actually so cringe. You enjoy the game, but you don't have that much time to play all the classes. What do you say is a good balance between PvE, PvE, PvP, and PvE? Ooh. I'm actually lagging out again. It's actually ridiculous. So to answer your question, Radoslav, honestly, all the classes in the game are very good in all the game modes in one way or another. It just depends on what kind of play style you like. So the options that you give me here are PvP and PvE. I don't know, every time I get to EBG, my game just freezes, and it's not even like crashing, it's just the server is disconnecting me from the login server. It's just been frozen for like a minute now. I'm literally streaming and just getting like DDoS from just this one application. It's so dumb. Yeah, I don't think there's reports for getting disconnected from the login servers, unfortunately. They'll have to actually get their network team to look at that. You gotta head to bed. Gotta head to bed. Look forward to the fights when you pair up against Mosswood. Heck yeah. Ooh. Am I back? Well, appreciate you hanging about. Always fun chatting with you guys. So I didn't really give a good answer. You said Guardian, Ranger, and Necro. Ranger and Necro are relatively considered to be tanky classes. So I'm like connected to the server still because it's calculating pips. What is going on? Anyway, so Necro is considered generally pretty tanky and is kind of forgiving. Ranger is a bit tanky, has a lot of forgiving tools too, if you like that theme. Necro has access to like Power Reaper, Condition Reaper, a little bit more like crowd control, CC oriented, a lot of more melee. Then you got Ranger. Ranger is good. You have you got Druid, which is a top tier healer in every game mode. Then you got Soul Beast, which is a great roamer, great PvP build, and good in PvE. But most importantly, you got Untamed, and Untamed is very good in all game modes. It's good in PvP. It's good as a quickness DPS in raids. It's good as, why can't I like use things but I can't see what's happening? Very weird. So that's for Ranger. Untamed is a good quickness DPS in PvE. There you go. I'm gonna take a picture of this code and send it to an ANET dev. It's okay. I was in limbo for like all that time, just running around with everybody running in place. Let me send this to the ANET guy. All right. I'm gonna queue, but I doubt I'll get in by the time anything is actually happening. So Ranger, Necro, good options in all game modes. I think they have, again, it really depends on playstyle. Reaper, Dragon Hunter, Soul Beast. I would say Dragon Hunter is good. What the heck? Oop, all right. Boom, boom, boom. What was I going to say? Sorry, people are talking to me in Discord. All right, so you do have Reaper, Dragon Hunter, and Soul Beast. You seem to enjoy your Ranger playstyle more when you played WoW. Oh, you like Hunter and WoW. Okay, what spec in WoW did you like? Like, did you like Marksman, or did you like Beast Mastery, or did you like Survival? If you liked Survival Hunter, Untamed is actually very close to Survival Hunter. If you like more like marksmanship and stuff. Let's see. A lot of roaming builds. One healer. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was talking about marksman. What the hell? Okay. That's what I get for not paying attention. You said you liked marksman because you hated the animals walking around. So it sounds like if you like marksman, you're probably like Soul Beast then, because Soul Beast is the one where you kind of like I guess you don't sacrifice, but you merge your soul with your pet, so you don't have to manage the pet anymore. So that's pretty fun. It's a pretty good build in roaming. It's good in PvP, and it's good in PvE as DPS, and it's usable in raid. So if you like the Ranger playstyle but you don't like the pet, Soul Beast is the way to go. If you really don't like pets, I probably would say you don't want to do Ranger. I would probably say Reaper or Dragon Hunter are both good builds for open world. You played Affliction Lock, so you like dot damage. Well, dot damage can be played on any class. In this game, the way it works is if you build your character with like these stats, basically Viper or Ritualist or Trailblazer, which is condition damage plus expertise, and that makes your conditions last longer, so your dots will last longer and they will do more damage. So you can make a damage over time build in pretty much any class. On Soul Beast, they have like a poison build. On Necromancer, I think they use bleed and chill. Condi on Dragon Hunter is not that good, I think, though. I think Condi Willbender is probably good, like a burn Willbender. Untamed? Yeah. What's your question about Untamed, my friend? Untamed is a little bit like Survival Hunter in the way that you use the spear. It is kind of like melee mid-range, like Survival was. Lots of mobility. Honestly, it has traps in a way. You know, spores. Like you can call it a sort of a trap. In a way. All right. You have double dagger, sharp on soul beast, and carrion exotics, but you couldn't find better replacement to the viper gear. Oh, well, the viper gear, I forget which expansion it comes from, but let me check. Viper stats, Guild Wars 2. It was, I think it's from End of Dragons, right? Or am I tripping? No, Vipers is Heart of Thorns. That's right. So if you are looking for... Hold on. Hey, Splux. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, let me go to a vendor and double check before I say this. I'm actually going to pour back and see what the vendor has real quick. All right, so there is a vendor that will sell you exotic gear in the World v World place. I think it's this guy. And I'm just gonna do this real quick just to make sure I'm not a big dumb liar idiot. Yeah, all right, here you go. Here you go, my friend. Very easy, very cheap, very simple. All right, if you want to get a full set of exotic gear, you can come to World of World and spend this badge of honor, which you get an absolute ass ton from World of World. Just get it everywhere. So for about less than a gold per item, you can get any exotic piece you want. This is ring, accessory, back piece, amulet, aqua breather, and all armor for all the types, my friend. And then you got all the weapons here. So if you just go into any World v World map and talk to the unified armor vendor, you've got yourself a full set of exotics, which is only 10% worse than Ascended. I think it's either 10 or 15. I think it's 10. So you have about 10% less total stats on exotic than Ascended, but you have a good chance to figure out if you like the build, if you like the playstyle, and if it makes sense for you to even get Ascended pieces. Follow up to that, if you do your dailies, you log in and you just play a little bit every day, you'll end up accumulating this Wizard's Vault currency, and you can spend your currency on really good stuff, one of them being a Ascended weapon and 3 Ascended armor pieces that you can stat select. Okay. Ooh. You're still there. Make sure to choose the right one. You've made a mistake by purchasing the wrong set. Yeah, they have one for all the armor classes. Well, light, armor, heavy. Make sure you get the right one. All right, I'm gonna get on my sigil stacks. Didn't get many, I only got 1. Said, yeah, you already took the armor and weapons and gave it to the dragon hunter. Okay, good. Yeah, there are some places where you can get some accessories. I'm sorry, I can't show you right now because it's not in World, but if you look up this item here called Bearkin Carved Shell, You can get 2 of these, which are Marauder Dragon Stats if you want Dragon Stats items, and they're both Ascended. They're pretty cheap to get from the vendor. And also from the same vendor that sells this, he also sells 2 rings. Or sorry, he sells 1 ring that you can buy twice, and it's stat selectable. So you can change it to whatever stat. So that one vendor can give you dragon accessories as well as 2 stat selectable rings. So it's in Balvanisos, the new expansion place. Hopefully you got that. All right. All right. I actually got an answer from the ANET guy. He told me that the error I'm getting is just, unfortunately, nothing I can do about it. It's related to the server. They're having some dropped connections apparently. That stinks, but that's fine. You know, it is what it is. Server performance is server performance. Hey, what's up, guys? Please consider hitting a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. I stream every week, every Monday and Wednesday, and sometimes a couple of times more in the week, Friday, Sunday. Depends what's going on. This Friday I will be streaming again, going over all of the Revenant changes for the new elite spec that's coming out in November, or well, I should say end of year, but I think November. The Conduit. Yes. We'll be channeling Razah. Untamed is red difficulty. Yeah, Untamed is hard, Malo, but I have a build guide for you that you can watch. You can give it a follow. In my opinion, I made the build guide pretty easy to digest. I'll link it to you. I make it easier. Wow. One fight again, I don't get to see the numbers. But we have some logs rolling from somebody else, so maybe we'll get to review them from them. I was going to say that my build guide that I put out for Untamed is pretty good. It's not super complicated, and I tried to make it as short, sweet, and easy to get started as possible. There is definitely more to Untamed than I go over in the video, but this video is meant to be a jump start to get people into Untamed, and then you guys can kind of optimize a little bit more. Like most of my builds, they're oriented towards people trying for the first time or learning for the first time, and then my builds, you can translate them into like full berserker builds and go like the maximum damage route, like I am doing on Vindicator today. All right, let's go ahead and take off screen cap. There you go. Appreciate you guys for the likes. Thank you. Got a message from the ANET fella. Hope you're not crashing the map. All right. Yeah, you guys know Flubber? Come on, bro. You read that Scourge has a lot of dots, but I imagine Scourge is probably is designed around having a lot of dots. It is more commonly a Condi class in power. So if you're hold on, guys, locking in. These guys are fucking way tankier than we are. Way more comped. I'm gonna guess they have 2 times the chronos that we do. Let me count. We got 1 chrono. We got 2 chronos. Yeah, we lose because we have literally 2 chronos. Which blue guild is that? Blue guild, I think that's FTL and Chew. And maybe another guild? I'm not really sure. They're really big though. We're open tagging, and I think we have about... I don't know, let's see, how many is it in our group from our guild? I think we only have up to like 7 parties. 6 parties that are ours. Are these all our people? Let me see, I recognize all the first 4 parties. 5. We have 6 parties of people that I know. And then we have 3 parties of people I don't really know. So honestly, this is a good turnout for us, but I just think we can't, we just don't have that many like support players. Yeah, Chew hits hard. Chew hits hard, they're tanky as hell, and they have too many bodies around them that absorb all the damage, so can't really do anything. You're good at rezzing. Can't do much. I think our strips are probably pretty low. I should go Demon, but I'm gonna stay Shiro for now. What was I gonna say? Scourge, huh? You don't have Janthir Wilds, but definitely get Soto for the Weapon Mastery. Yeah, Soto Weapon Mastery is nice, and Janthir Wild Spear is nice, but I would say that most classes who like using Spear also have an alternative weapon that is good too. So in my opinion, Weapon Mastery is more important than the Spear, but I don't know. Other people think differently. I can see myself playing Revenant and Guardian and maybe not Warrior, because I feel like the Warrior Spear is so good, but I can see a lot of myself playing the same classes and just using an alternate weapon. Like, I just go back to Hammer instead of Spear on Vindy. It's not as fun, obviously, but it's gonna be quite close in strength. All right. Do. All right. You're asking about Scourge weapons. The Scourge weapons are actually for the dot builds, are not from Weapon Mastery. I think you like. I don't know, what are the Condi weapons for Scourge? It's Scepter... Not Focus, Scepter... What's Scepter Torch? And that's core, right? All right, let's go demon stance and start trying the demon stance rotation. People in my Discord were just talking about how they're excited for the engineer metal amalgam thing. I think it's cool. It's like I like how the amalgam has they like made the metal thing like a symbiote, like a living, it's like a living thing or something, you know? Scepter, torch, and staff. Yeah, that's actually probably a good call. Staff second is probably fine. Totally fine. All right. And those are all core. You don't even need any expansions. You just need, if you have Path of Fire, you're set, because that gives you everything you need for Scourge, and Scourge is a highly desirable build in everywhere. PvP, it's good. You play Condi Scourge, like tanky side noter Condi Scourge, or support Scourge. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if support Scourge is the thing in PvP. And then you've got Condi Scourge or Selly Scourge is playable everywhere else in the game, except for maybe raids. I think maybe raids you probably have to go either full Condi or support, depending. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. The new classes look really good. Yeah, the new classes all look pretty good. I'm looking forward to Gale Shot. I'm looking forward to Tribby Doobie. I'm looking forward to... what else? Amalgam looks cool. I'll give it a go. I don't know much about Engineer, but I think Hollow and Amalgam look cool. Ritualist, Paragon, both look fun. I'm excited more for Ritualist and Paragon. Antiquary is in the dumpster. Like all the Thief builds for me. I just don't like Thief, I think. That's green too. Right next to you. Alright, what else? What else is looking good? I'm definitely forgetting. Luminary is like in the middle. You know, to be figured out. I don't know how I feel about that one. Is there anything I'm missing? Well, obviously I'm excited for the Rev Legend. I think it's good. I think it's probably the most interesting out of all the classes so far. I actually do think mechanically it seems interesting. We'll see on Friday. Gale Shot should have been added a long time ago. You know, I kind of agree that Gale Shot probably should have been a playstyle that they tried to get into the game a while ago. But I also think that they should have given Longbow to Ellie as well. And I don't mean as a weapon, I mean as like a kit. Like Dragon Blade, what do they call it? I'm looking forward to Troubadour support. I'm looking forward to Ritualist support. I'm looking forward to those things mixing things up in the game. The support scene hopefully get mixed up a bit. Paragon, of course, too. What else? Heck, man. We're gonna get jumped on. Appreciate the likes on the stream. Thank you guys. If you guys are having fun, please consider hitting a like and subscribe. I stream every week, every Monday and Wednesday. I'm mainly a DPS player, but I play all the roles. Mainly a Revenant. Right now we're just tippy-toeing against these two groups that are like way tankier than us. What's my other platform? Twitch? I don't stream on Twitch right now, unless Twitch upgrades my quality I'm allowed to stream at. So right now I just focus solely on YouTube. Focusing on just making build guides on YouTube and streaming on YouTube. Oof. I'm gonna lock it in. TikTok, I'm not a fan of it. No, I just have an account. I don't know, maybe I should stream on TikTok. Dude, how did they not see that happen? Half our group did not realize they went through us. Nice job, man. Man, blue's hard to hit. I just wish our tag wouldn't get surprised by their stuff. That was a really obvious veil through us. Alright, that was a good fight. Huh? I would like to look at the strips. I wonder if my strips really matter or not. I feel like it probably does, right? And I definitely got a couple of pulls in using Call to English on myself. All right. Am I not using Arc today? I've been getting some crashes, so I turned off all my add-ons for now. What's up here? Oh, the strips or the boons, I mean. Bum, 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 bum. Down. Almost one shot that Weaver. Alright. Yeah, I'm not using Arc because I'm disconnecting, so I don't know. Who knows if that really helps? I don't think so, though. Let's see. What? Oh, 197. Okay. All right. Do a little bit. Oh gosh, too funny, man. All right, where's my tag going? Am I disconnecting again? I'm disconnecting again. No, I'm literally disconnecting as we speak. No, why? How do you queue for these groups PvP? I'm a dumbass and I've only managed to go world programming. Oh, that's easy, man. Just basically you're asking how to make friends. The truth of the matter is that here's my suggestion for people who are looking for a group of friends. I don't know how everybody's experiences are, but I'm just gonna go over mine. I don't know this guild. I don't know PóRR. I don't know. I never knew them before I started trying to get good at World and really playing the game and enjoying it. So for me, what I did, my strategy, I usually get to play around this time at night, and my strategy was just to play at the times that I can usually log into and just pay attention to the guild names that pop up really often. And if they pop up often and I join them and they seemed like, you know, nice people and they were fun to play with, I didn't really even care if we were winning or losing, really. Just really wanted to find a group of people that were nice to play with, and that would play all the time around when I would play. So I got lucky that I eventually ran into my guild that runs at this time, because they are a Pacific based guilds, and I'm in Mountain Standard Time. I live in the mountains. So that was kind of my story. I kind of ran into them. I saw them on their open tag nights. I would join them for a couple of weeks, had a lot of fun with them, and then I just decided, hey, these guys are chill. Yeah, everything's running in place again. I'm talking to the Blex about it. Womp. Disconnected, finally. So that was kind of my story. And I assume that most people are probably in a similar spot. So my suggestion to sum it up is basically just, you know, play at the times that you will be able to play in at most often. Take note of the people who are running into a lot. Go through a couple of links, you know, find people, find a home, basically. That's kind of how it works. I've been lucky enough where this guild focuses on World v World, but a lot of us in the guild also enjoy PvE stuff. So I've been lucky that some of us have gotten together and done a few like strikes and they got raids going and stuff. A small group, but there's plenty of guilds out there. Oh, there's no key. I get right back in. I should also mention Radoslav is let me take off my map cover real quick. If you look at the map on the top right here, you'll notice that there is like this like pin here. This is my tag. Sometimes you'll see that there's a commander tag running around in the game. You can just left click them on the map and join on them. So basically find the tags that are running, you know, try and make some friends, join their Discord, all that kind of stuff. That's what worked out for me, you know. Eventually I enjoyed playing with them and I decided to link up. You know, I think the alliance system was just kind of getting put together at the time. Role-playing. Yeah, don't worry too much about like how you're doing in the group. Just focus on having fun. Focus on having fun, and you know, a good group of people that are welcoming of you. You know, make sure that they're interested in like, you know, helping out new players. Those are I feel like most guilds in Guild Wars 2 are that way, and they're trying to focus on new players, but I don't think we have a single healer here. Yeah, we don't. So what I was gonna say about that is just make sure that they're, you know, that they're cool, fun to play with, interested in helping you learn and stuff. There are plenty of guilds out there that are like that. Like most people are just totally into helping new people in. That's part of the charm of the Guild Wars community, in my opinion. I feel like most people are pretty chill outside of PvP. I think PvP has a reputation for being a bit toxic. But honestly, I don't really PvP a lot. I usually prefer to just roam or World v World if I can. Yeah. Need help choosing either Condi, Herald, or Power, and I don't have the other elite specs yet. So Condi, Herald, and Power, both are good. What is your goal? Are you trying to do like roaming, or are you trying to do Zerging? I assume you're doing World v World because you're asking me, but to answer both Power and Condi are good for roaming. Power Herald is probably more effective in Zerg if you're really set on playing Herald. Okay, so you're new to the game. I would say I would advise to you to try playing Celestial Herald if you're brand new. Celestial is a stat set which instead of just being 3 stats like Berserkers is, Celestial is basically a little bit of everything. So power, precision, toughness, vitality, ferocity, and healing power, and condition damage. So my recommendation for a new player on pretty much any class is to first play in Celestial, learn how the build works, learn how the Buildcraft works, then slowly start moving away from Celestial into whatever playstyle you like. So if you really like the power variant, try going all, you know, Marauders or Berserker. If you like the condition playstyle, which is basically like more tanky and CC oriented, then try that. Both are fun. I like playing Condition Renegade and Power Renegade both when I roam. You're used to the toxicity. You played League of Legends for 10 years. Yeah, man, you've been forged in the flames, to be honest. Some people. All right. Probably help kill his oil, huh? Be a productive member of society. Watch out, that mud guy. I couldn't do it. I was hoping that like wall jump would do something, but I don't think so. I need to switch to my roaming build, or Shiro at least. I'm trying to switch to Shiro, but I don't think I'll be able to. So let's just try going that way. Very interesting. Hey, dude, I just got shot down by that archer. Well, I went down with that ability? I don't know. How did I slide down? Alright. Let's catch up with the chat. Cool, cool. All caught up. Just gonna do a little advertising, guys. Sorry for the fellas here that have been here for most of the stream. But YouTube stats are YouTube stats. It tells me every 20 minutes or so I have about another 10 to 15 people in the stream that have never been in the chat before. So if you guys check the pinned messages, I have a Discord here that I'm putting together for the community. Please consider joining. Click the link, click on the React on the first channel to gain access to all of these channels here. It's still growing and I'm still taking suggestions, but it's essentially a place where I'm going to keep my builds posted and updated for all the classes I play. I have written guides. Right now I have the Renegade written guide here. I will do Vindicator and any other builds that I played going from now forward. Unfortunately, for my written guides for the other classes like DH and Spellbreaker, I don't have them anymore, so I'll have to remake those, but those will be on here eventually. Build links. So if you want to click on a build and check it out, build links are all here with the traits, gear, relics, everything you need. Feel free to join in. I'm more than happy to talk with you guys and help you guys out. Yeah, that's it. That's it on that. Enough chilling. Let's go ahead and boom. All right. So now we're trying to open this water gate. Do you need to approve our submission to the Discord? No, not at all. Anyone can join. All you have to do is read the chat box that you get popped up when you first join and react to the little donk donkey head, the little Donkey Kong head. This one right here. When you first join, you should be under the Start Here text channel. Just click here on the little Donkey Kong head, and it'll give you access to everything else. Your Discord's bugged, really? Hold on, let me make sure there's no problems here. I haven't had anybody give me any issues. Let me know your Discord name if you continue to have issues, and I'll double check that for you. I want to switch to Shiro. Spear. Hit. Oh, almost downed him. You did accept the terms, but the messages do not load. Did you react in the channel? Is your Discord name Montague? I can give you the role manually. If that helps. Alright, oh, I didn't get to switch to Shiro. See if I can get out of combat real quick and get to Shiro. Alright, I added the roll to you manually, Radoslav, so hopefully you don't have any more trouble. This guy died to my heal skill, by the way. All I did was use that heal skill on that guy and he just died. You guys want to see me explode somebody? I am. I'm a conduit enjoyer. Dog shit enjoyer then. I'm already a dog owner, what's the difference? It was in the trailer. It's not bad. I think it's just getting a little bit power scaled by other stuff. Do you stream on TikTok or Twitch? No, I don't. Just YouTube, just here. Ooh, oh, I see your message, L. I'll try to... We tried so many plan to play Max, but only option is to drop the Elite Legend because Shiro's a must-have. So when you're talking about Shiro being a must-have, L, are you talking about in Zerg? Because Shiro is a must-have in like roaming, but in Zerg it is not as good. Alright, let's try and blow somebody up, huh? Let's have some fun. You see this nuts guy right here? No, he's a tank actually. See this mud guy? He's gonna die instantly. Yeah. That guy's healing. Guys just trying to pull me. It's crazy. That was a 10k Jade wins single target. Thank you very much. Oh, got hit by something. Oh, this is hard. All right. All right. That was pretty fun. I think that's probably the end of tag. Let's let me catch up on chat with you fellas. Let's see. Tried so many times to play Malix. Yep, I answered that. Yes. For roaming, yeah, for roaming, it is really hard to drop Shiro. It is really hard, in my opinion. You can only drop Shiro if you are playing Renegade. And the reason I think that you can do it on Renegade is because you can use Malix on Renegade. Like when I play my roaming build. Where is it? If I play Romegade right here, this is Romegade is my roaming build. I use a Spear Shortbow and I go Shiro, but you can go Demon Stance, and you have the mobility is good enough, and you're tanky enough as a power build that's doable, but it's harder to play. But I think it's generally easier to just to play Shiro, especially roaming. Oh, guys in blue stance. Now he's in Shiro. He missed that. Okay, now I go Shiro and kill you. Wait. Yep, gather all the stuff. Log out. That's the only thing I dislike about Rev is that you are locked into this one legend pretty much always, just because, yeah. I'll try this. Give this a try, Cabby, and let me know what you think. Try using Speed Relic, try using Malix, and try using Rapid Flow. It is possible. It is doable. It's just a lot easier to catch people like surprise, you know, when you play Shura. That's kind of one of the big advantages. And the stun break is very good for kiting, of course. Since Conduit will have a port, maybe you can finally drop Shura. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that too. It seems like they're adding a lot of cool little tricks, and I'm wondering, I don't know. I'm waiting till Friday to really lay down what I think about it, but I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm excited. Oh boy. I'm trying to talk to this guy about this crashing. Alright. Talking to this guy about me crashing all night. Almost got run over. Boom, 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 boom. What is this blue commander tag thing? What is this? Commander Siege Crusher, what the heck? Yeah, you can CC me next to this NPC commander. Oh, I forgot this guy was using Reflex. You know, one thing I'm worried about is that the conduit port is going to be enhanced with Shiro, so it actually might make the problem worse. Who knows though? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we can use other legends in combo. But I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be the case. Let's check to see how much damage I took from the NPC, by the way. Champion Commander hit me for 1500, and then I got hit for a CC that hit me for 4k. Holy crap. All right, buddy. Yeah. You gotta bait out my dodges before you burst, my friend. I'm sorry. Biggest mistake. This is the mistake everybody makes when they're playing this game, guys. I'm gonna unlock some knowledge for you, okay? The first thing you do when you come across a person is not shoot your damage. Do not blow your load. Poke at them first. Hit them with an auto attack. Hit them with a range skill. Wait for them to dodge. Wait for them to use whatever, and then start using your defensive utilities, because they're gonna waste their shit. They're gonna dodge probably, you're gonna waste your damage, and then they're gonna return fire, and then it's gonna be an even fight because you both have wasted your damage, you both have wasted your defensive utilities like dodging or whatever else, like distortion, etc, etc. So just wait. If you don't throw away your first burst, you can win in the beginning of most fights, most duels, you know, most 1v1s, even multi-fight stuff. Got a DH here. So there I put down a Spear of Archimedes and started going blue stance to just avoid him. Where is my team at? So you don't know. Is it this way? Yeah, they're this way. So big tip there. Just wait. I put down a spear, which takes 3 seconds to launch. He did a dodge. He tried to do great sword 3 or sword 3. I dodged it so he didn't go anywhere. And then he got CC'd and died. I didn't even do anything. He died because he just to my spear, honestly, almost. Spear hit him for 10k. Alright, back with the gang. I think we're gonna get one more fight. Is green the color my guild represents in World of World, or could be any of the 3 colors? Good question, Radislav. You can be any of the 3 colors. Right now, I am on red. You can see because you have this little house right here on the color that you are. So if you press I think it's I by default, but if it's not, sorry, that's just what I switched it to. But you can hit this World of World icon place, and you can see which one is your home BL. So for me, it's red. This changes every Friday based on the performance of all of the servers each week. Is that what the kids call it these days? Are there only a few Untamed players? Yeah, Untamed is less common. Surely. Ah. Right. Are there only a few Untamed players? So I'll explain why there are less Untamed players. It is a very new build. Untamed has never been in the meta as the most popular DPS build until more recently, when a few months, it's been a few months now, honestly. It's been a bit of time, but EU really got the Untamed build going, and that's where I got the build from. So I saw some Untamed Ranger playing it. I thought it looked really cool. I was playing Vindicator at the time, and I thought, let's give it a try. I thought the build was fun. Ended up making the video. In my time playing it and then making the video, and then the success of that video, a lot of people have picked up Untamed now. We got one Untamed main in my group. His name is Tiffany. He used to be a Berserker main, but when I was working on Untamed, he was working on it with me, and he seems to just really enjoy it. Or they, I'm not sure their gender, I shouldn't assume. But they really enjoy Untamed. I still do as well, but I still love Vindicator a little more. Still love Vindicator and Renegade a little more. But yeah, it has a little bit more buttons than maybe like the easiest classes in the game, like Berserker or Dragon Hunter. So I think maybe most people would consider it like a slightly harder. But if you are very comfortable with controlling your pet, and you go, if you go through the video and you think that it seems cool and it seems like up your alley, whatever. All right. The guy's gonna get picked up, that's fine. If you guys want, or if you want Malo at the end of the Zerg, I'll go over a little bit on Untamed. I'll log onto my Ranger and I kind of go over a bit of a few things that some people might think is annoying with the pet stuff. And if you think that's not annoying, then, you know, give it a go. It's a good build. Oh, lagging. What is going on? I'm lagging. What the fuck is going on? I'm lagging. Dude, I used the movement skill and the game just like freaked the fucking hell out. What the hell? Am I gonna reconnect? I doubt it. I haven't reconnected a single time today. Dude, what is this lag at, man? Womp womp. Still, I'm lagging now. Back into freeze. It's true. I'm back up. I'm pressing dodge, guys. I'm just frozen. Where do I go? Which are you guys in camp? All right, guys. I am the mists. I'm on stream. You can see it. I'm literally just walking and nobody's moving. Yeah, I follow a little mist fart. Yep. All right, right into the garrison, guys. No stopping. What is happening? What is happening here? Dude, what's... okay, I've never lagged like this, finally. Okay, now I finally got disconnected. You're free. I don't know if I'm logging back in. Let me look up some logs the ArenaNet employee wants me to look up. So let me just grab those real quick. He told me it's in the program files. Even logging into Armistice Bastion is taking like forever. Oops, spelled the blocks wrong. Alright, program files. Alright, you said program files. Okay, let's see. Let's crash logs, create a file. On. Oh, there's no queue time. I can just get right in. All right, logs. Trying to get these final logs to this fella. Gotta find my app data folder. Let's do percent app data percent. Guild Wars 2. All right, found it. For Soul Beast, would you go double dagger? Bratislav, here are some resources I recommend for you. So here is what I would recommend. Try all right, so here is what I recommend. Try going to meta battle. These, and I'm gonna tell you this with a grain of salt. These builds are not perfect. There are many times where the Revenant builds that are on here I don't agree with. I think they could be done better, but it's a place to start, okay? So you can go to metabattle.com, and they have builds specifically for roaming, and I think they probably have a Condi Soul Beast. Yeah, right here. It's called Poison Beast Roamer, okay? I don't play this build, so I'm just gonna read this off, okay? You want to use the beer. You want to use the bee and a wolf, and you use dagger short bow, and you'll use bear and Doliac stance with protect me and strength of the pack as your elite, or you can use maybe the entangling roots. You can use beast mastery, wilderness survival, and soul beast. Of course, 3/3/1 wilderness survival gives you a lot of boons and has some Condi damage on here. Yeah, here's the big one, the poison one. Using beast skills adds poison and increases the damage with 25%. So I think you really need wilderness survival for this build to work. You got a taunt through Beastly Warden, which is like okay, but I think maybe Quickening Zephyr is better. Maybe not though. I don't know. Taunt is good. Anyway, so you can check meta battle for some of these roaming builds. Hold on. For some reason it's not showing on here. Why is it not showing on my display capture for this one? Weird. I feel like that's a bug, right? Hold on. It's not showing on stream. Why? I'm gonna grab the URL though. I'll be honest, they're not amazing. They're not perfect. They're a good place to start. Oh, I really appreciate the super chat, Malo. Appreciate it. That is crazy. Very generous of you. It's not required at all. I do this really for fun, but any support, greatly appreciated, guys. For some reason, it's not showing my display capture on there. But what I will say is take those builds with a grain of salt. I often take those builds and adjust them, like the Untamed build. I adjusted it for the roaming, and I also adjusted the Renegade build. I didn't like it as much, a little too defensive for my taste, but basically that's kind of the beauty of the game, is that you can take a build and tweak it. There are a lot of knobs that you can play with. The traits, of course, are one of them. The gear stats are another one. The relic is another one, and the weapon sigils is like kind of like the other one. Your sigils are a big way you can tune your builds. The rune, of course, as well, but sigils, rune, and relic are a lot of the ways you can kind of customize how you prefer to make the build work for you. All right, what was I going to do? They're actually still over there. I'm gonna try and get with my group, but I doubt I'll get there in time. It's kind of ready to give up here. I needed to find my app data logs for this, just to make sure I get the right file. .dump file. .log file. Let's see, it says it's an app data roaming Goers 2. Okay, I don't see that there. So if it's not there, it's gonna be over here, he says. That log file. Program files. Guild Wars 2. Wait, what? This is driving me crazy. Okay, so it's in here. Found the folder. Where is the file? I honestly don't see it. I don't see the .log file. Am I losing my mind? Oh, I see. Is it crash.dump? Log file. Boom. All right, I think I found it. Dump This? Alright. I actually made it back to my group. Putting out a spear on the salt guy, okay? 3, 2, 1. Spear launches. Oh, he's out of range. Debug.log. Debug.log, yes. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we got the files to that ANET guy, ANET fella. Okay. Catch up with chat. Okay, go rock out up. Alright. Glad I got that log out of the way. Close all that. Hopefully I get some answers on why I'm getting disconnected a bunch. I don't know, honestly, if it's on my end. I doubt it. I know that there was an issue with my internet service provider where the way that they tunneled to the ArenaNet servers would disconnect at 11 o'clock, 11:30 every day. Every Tuesday, at least. I remember it was every Tuesday, but it would happen randomly, but it's usually always at that time, and I don't know why. Oh, disconnect, have a trouble reconnecting only to Guild Wars for a few minutes, and then it'll work. Ooh, it's for the food. Bum 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 bum. Doing Soto and Jantier. Yeah, the stories are okay. Which one are you doing it? You should do Soto first, because Soto sets up Jantier pretty well. And I'll be honest, the story for Soto, a lot of the cool story is in the books, like in the little like notes and pages and stuff that you can find around the world. Yeah. Unfortunately, Guild Wars does not deliver a story super well. Sadly, it is a cool story. It just doesn't tell it to you in the most amazing way. I'm a lore nerd, so I love the lore. That's why I love Revenant. I love channeling interesting legends of you know, the lore, basically. That's why I'm super into the next legend, Razah. He's gonna be tight. Alright, we're taking down SMC wall. I think this is gonna be the last objective we go for today. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. How much damage does this hit for? 17k spear. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, man. So it's almost 1 AM for me. Holy crap. I'll switch to roaming build. I think the groups are too small. I don't think Zerging is going to work out. What's up, guys? If you guys are enjoying the stream, please consider hitting a like on the stream. It helps other people get introduced to the channel and potentially the game or game mode. And additionally, hit a sub on the channel. I stream every week, every Monday and Wednesday. Also, all you fellas that are hanging out on the mobile stream, I have a second stream running on my YouTube channel for full-size desktop quality. If you're interested in watching, you can just switch over by clicking on the channel and clicking on the live tab. Boom, boom, ba-da, boom, 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 boom. All right. Hello, show your roaming Vindy build? Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a second and I'll show it to you. It is very similar to my Zerg build. That's a lot of people. I'll switch to Zerg build for this. Incoming. All right. Goodbye. It just exploded that poor guy. So my roaming build is, well, dang, I can't really show it to you here, but I can show it to you if you join my Discord, or I'll get you the link here and you can take a look at it while I get out of combat. Okay. So here is my roaming Vindicator builds. It's in my Discord channel. And I can explain it to you here in a little bit. It's just dying. Thought they were more comped up, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna come defend this somehow. Yeah, they're letting it go. Yeah, we're tagging down there. That's fine. I'm kind of a bit late, so it's a bit late, so I don't mind. All right, so one person asked me about Untamed, and one person asked me about my roaming build. So we'll go over the roaming build real quick. So speed relic, really important. You need speed relic to compete with all the high mobility builds in the game. Shiro and Alliance stance. You can play Demon stance instead of Shiro on Vindicator. It is good, especially since your pool is also a leap plus evade frame plus poison. So it's actually quite good. But I have a lot of people that kind of like teleport and chase after me, so I have to play Shiro a lot of the time right now. But if you're playing with a small group of people, Demon stance is not terrible either, but Shiro is more reliable. Weapons, shortbow, spear. They're both very powerful, good ranged options. Spear is good in melee. Fills the role of greatsword while also giving you some range damage when you're playing defensively, so I like it better than greatsword. It's very close though, because the greatsword for block is a good utility, but I like the range on spear a little more. Okay. I min-max my stats to be at 90%, 92% minimum for my builds. So if I have Fury, I should be at 92%. The rest of my stats go into power, precision, toughness, vitality, and ferocity. I spread out the stats based on the ferocity. So I get, or sorry, based on my precision, I make sure I get my crit cap to 92%, and the rest of the stats go wherever they want. I landed on these numbers because around 26 to 2700 armor, you have about a 25% damage reduction on your character, or sorry, 30%. After that, it's you hit diminishing returns after 2750. So being close to 2700 is pretty good in roaming, keeps you pretty tanky, and you don't really sacrifice a ton. And then your health, I use dragon stats to bump up my health to 19k. I have a dragon ring. I have a dragon, I believe, is it back piece, or maybe armor? So I have 3 dragons pieces, and then the rest is demolishers, basically. And then 1 dragon's piece here. So it's kind of all over the place. So, you know, min-max however you prefer. But the point of everything is 92% crit, as high of power as I can get, as high as ferocity as I can get, and then you know, try and get your health and armor in a reasonable state while balancing your offensive stuff. So sigils, I do cleansing and fire. Fire is better than any other damaging sigil on shortbow, and cleansing is good because you don't have a lot of cleansing. You don't have a ton of cleansing in the build, and this will make it so that you don't have to go into the blue stance as often to cleanse if you're fighting a Condi build. Or even a build that has debilitating CCs, even if it's not Condi, like a power build that has a lot of chill or something, chill or weakness. The cleansing sigil keeps you clear while you're kiting, because generally speaking, whenever you legend swap, it'll proc your cleansing sigil if you're in shortbow. It's your kite weapon, so if you're swapping legends, you're cleansing, you're generally trying to stay away. And then when you're in spear, you're generally trying to go in, so hydromancy is good. You can also go for energy if you prefer instead. Both are pretty good. I like hydro for the extra burst on demand when I'm legend swapping, and also when I am swapping into the weapon. So just a reminder, when you legend swap, it counts as a weapon swap, so it'll proc these before you go. So you can be in shortbow, legend swap, and then your cleansing sigil goes, and then you can switch into spear, and then your hydro sigil goes. Okay, so just something to think about. I don't know how obvious that is to everybody else. So that covers the gear. So speed relic is pretty much mandatory. Shortbow, spear, cleansing sigil is mandatory in my opinion. Fire sigil is best. So I would say cleansing sigil, fire is pretty much perfect on shortbow for roaming. And here are the traits I suggest, and we'll go over a bit here real quick. I go 2 seconds of resistance on legend swap. It's very good for keeping you consistent, helping you kite, and making sure that when you burst it lands, because resistance will make you immune to weakness and chill and slow and cripple and immobilize and all the other things that you hate. So this is a big one on roaming. The rest of the traits I don't change. 20% damage increase on execute targets is too good. Notoriety is good because if you get power from people who are around you, your damage just like skyrockets. Rapid flow is required for consistent swiftness uptime on yourself. So if you know this trait, if it says every 5 seconds, if you spend energy, you gain swiftness for 5 seconds. So basically, as long as you're actually playing the game, you're moving at maximum speed. Not to mention you have a lot of movement skills on Vindicator. Roiling Mist caps your crit at an additional 20% plus Fury, and it gives you 5% crit healing back, which is really minimal, but it's something. This is the only trait line that I really switch anything on. This is under Invocation, the first line. Invocation, you can do one cleanse, or you can do... Sorry, you can do one cleanse on Legend Swap, which is okay. Or you can do a little bit of heal and 2 seconds of stability when you stun break, which is also just okay. It's only useful on, like, for example, Shiro. If you stun break on Shiro, you have a little bit of stab to get away in case they have a follow-up CC. Honestly, this line really doesn't matter. Probably condition cleansing is more consistent, but I have this for now. You know, really, this one you can just flip around. Vindicator traits, you almost always want Forerunner of Death. It's just mandatory for any roaming build, other than a support-oriented build where you take the other two. Energy Meld is too good because it gives you 25 energy back, which allows you to do things like Jade Winds and, you know, Stun Break right after, or Jade Winds and Port, or Port and Jade Winds, etc, etc, etc. So, Energy Meld really good in Shiro stance, okay? I generally try to always use it in Shiro stance, because your biggest problem in Shiro stance is getting caught out without any energy. If you get caught out without energy, you'll be in big trouble. So Energy Meld, I never change it. Death Drop, I never change it. Foiling Mist, Swift Termination, Notoriety, Rapid Flow, never change it if you're roaming. Those are mandatory. Pretty much the first selections, the first ones here are the ones you can pick from. Leviathan Strength gives you 10% increased damage when your dodge is not full, which is good, but there are times where you can consider instead picking up Redemptor's Sermon for a bit of protection and healing when you use a heal skill. Depending on the situation, like an outnumbered situation, this is actually pretty good. The 10% damage loss is really not a huge deal if it gives you, kind of saves your cheeks from dying when you need it. Protection is a big damage reduction. And then also Amnesty of Xingje is usable for the regeneration, but it's, in my opinion, not better than a Redemptor's Sermon. So right now I use Leviathan Strength, and if I'm in a situation where I'm overly outnumbered and I really need to try and pull out, you know, a little extra defensive utility, Redemptor's Sermon is decent. And I think that really covers it. That's kind of every decision you can possibly make on the builds, really. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned, but the relic is, or the rune is Dragon Hunter, but you can use Scholar probably for more power instead of ferocity. But it doesn't matter. That's very min-maxy. That's like within 5% difference, probably. And that's it. Playstyle. Let's go over a couple of combos, things that you're going to want to try and do. Let's go to... let me lower this music, by the way. It's a little loud in my ears, I realize. We'll go over a couple of combos here for you to get you going. The beauty of Revenant is that you can always mix and match your combos because you have low. Your cooldowns are generally low. Your limiter is energy. Okay, so here are a couple of combos that you're gonna want to learn for roaming. Let's go to these guards over here. Ones I'm not moving. Okay, if you see an enemy and you want to engage in them, you can port, you know, like through a wall, and you can. So you got to do a little math here. 35 energy. Sharpo 5 is 16 energy. That's like 51 energy. So basically, you can port and Sharpo 5, and you can get easy knockdown on a lot of players. Okay, that's one opener. You always dodge before you do that. Okay. Another opener you can do is port in energy meld and jade winds. Then you legend swap and start going in. Okay. That's the second opener you can do, and that is from Shiro. That is aggressive, and basically you're gambling on assassinating the target, okay? Because you're putting your legend swap on cooldown, you're using a lot of energy just to get there. So the second one of that combo is a bit more conservative. Second combo I would say is your starting combo. So you're waiting for this person at the end of nightfall. So you're gonna want to kind of tap the enemy with scavenger burst and Sharpo 2 a lot from range, and you'll get a lot of pressure. You get a lot of pressure on them. They'll probably dodge. If they're not reacting, you can put down a spear, and that'll put them on a timer, and you can try to get a knockdown. If you get a knockdown, you can line it up with spear. Okay, that's another big combo. So this is kind of just your defensive rotation. You're kind of just waiting for them to make a move. If they make a move on you, you can Reaver's Rage or dodge on yourself. You can put down Sharpo 4 on yourself. So for example, you can dodge Sharpo 4, you can Nomad's Advance away, and then you've made your distance from them. If you get engaged on by something with a CC, like a Thief or a Mesmer, I generally wait for them to open through from stealth, and then I Reaver's Rage dodge, and then I kind of reposition and, you know, do whatever I decide to do at that point, whether it be Sharpo 5 or just, you know, gain distance from them, put down a Spear of Archimedes, kind of bait them towards me. There are a lot of options at that point, but your main thing is your defensive reaction. That is one of the most important skills that you learn in World of World is your defensive reaction while roaming. So if you get opened on by a build that engages in CC, either engages with CC or out of stealth, you can, if it's daze, you're gonna have to Reaver's Rage dodge, and that gets you out. If it's like an immobilize, you're gonna want to know that and be ready and switch to alliance tactics and either cleanse yourself or switch to blue and battle dance. Battle dance is really good. Okay, battle dance. This is a really big tool for you in dueling. Okay, it's one of the most important things you probably have. It's an evade and gives you resist for 3 seconds. Resist is huge because a lot of builds require blindness or chill or etc. All these sorts of obnoxious defensive conditions, and the battle dance gives you a window where you ignore it all. Okay. So why that's important is you might be kind of like dancing with the enemy, and at some point you're thinking, all right, I'm going to go in now. So you can just battle dance toward them, get a knockdown on them during the resist window, and if that's not what you want to do, maybe you're in spear and you want to do a battle dance, you can battle dance away from them, or you can battle dance towards them depending on positioning, and then switch to the red stance. And once you do that, you have access to other skills. You can use your weapon skills to CC, you can keep on moving, etc. Really depends on how you want to play it, but you have a lot of range pressure in this build. As you can see, I'm really far away from this enemy and I'm generally beating the crap out of them. The legend stance has its own skills, and then they're enhanced by whichever second legend you pick. So if you have Shiro, one of the skills becomes better. Or if you pick Dwarf, another one becomes better, basically, like a bonus effect. Alright, talking Discord with my guild. So defensive reactions, if it's not a build that uses daze or immobilize, you don't have to use Reaver's Rage, and you don't have to switch into blue. So you just have to make sure that you dodge their opener. Depending on the class, just keep an eye on them, try and dodge when they go in. If you miss it with your dodge, you also can Spear 3 to give you a little bit more evade window if you mistimed it. So a lot of times when I'm like baiting the beginning of a fight, I start the fight by Trying to poke them a bit, you know, hit them with sharpo skills, etc. And then once they're coming towards me, I'll dodge and I'll Nomad's Advance away. It really depends on what you want to do, on the situation, the positioning, you know, etc, etc, etc. If there's other enemies, that kind of thing. There's a lot to it. You'll learn that as you play. You learn that as you play the game on any class. Any other major combos? I taught you about the port Shiro stun, port knockdown, and of course you can do a port, you know, Spear 4 Legend swap, and you can just start bursting. That's like max damage if you wanted. Oh, one other combo is Spear 4 Nomad's Advance. This is a very good combo. It gets you a lot of kills. You want to combine this with resistance if you can by legend swapping as you start this. So let's just get us some spear stacks here just so the damage looks higher. All right, so we're at 3 stacks of spear. All right. So you can do a combo where you do scavenger burst, or actually wait for next scavenger burst. All right, so you can dodge, scavenger burst, spear 4, 5, Nomad's Advance, legend swap, and go into your weapon. When you do that, you're CCing them at the same time as providing yourself resistance and engaging on them, and you're applying poison. So you're doing a Giga Strike, you're reducing healing, you're CCing them, you're giving yourself resistance. The only problem is that you don't have stability, okay? If you do that combo and you accidentally leap into an enemy that has a CC down, you're in big trouble because you wasted a lot to do that, but it is one of your biggest combos on 5 targets. So, you know, something to think about. So if you have like 5 enemies that are kind of like crowding an area, you can try and get a big combo with Spear 4 Nomad's Advance and legend swapping like as you're flying in, basically. So I would say maybe consider only doing that when you have energy meld available to shore up any mistakes you make, basically. Okay, and I think that really covers all of the major mechanics. Oh, if you get stunned and you don't have enough energy in whatever legend you're in, you can always legend swap and use that stun break, okay? If you have 0 energy and you get knocked down on Shiro, you can legend swap Reaver's Rage, okay? If you get stunned in Alliance stance and you don't have Reaver's Rage, you can Alliance Tactics and Awakening, okay? So you can always switch stance and switch... You can always switch stance or tactics and press the stun break. Okay, I know that's probably a lot to remember in the moment, but if you can get good at that, you have a lot of stun breaks at your disposal, and that'll shore up the weakness of the build, which is stability. You don't have a lot. So if you get stunned in blue, you can switch to Reaver's Rage and switch, and then if you get stunned in Reaver's Rage, you can switch to Shiro and reposting shadows and get out. If that happens, I recommend immediately energy meld. Because you're going to need that energy back, because they're probably going to try and pull you or pour it onto you, etc. And you're probably going to have to kite. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No. I think that's all the major stuff. I don't want to overload this with too much detail. Okay. Appreciate the likes, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys on the mobile stream are killing it. Okay. And then someone asked about Untamed, so let me real quick save my key bindings. All right, let's go over a bit of Untamed before I clock out for the day. Bum, 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 bum. Hold on. Let me get these boons before I go out there. All right, I need 2. Fix my keybinds real quick. Let's go ahead and export and do Untamed. Well, I think Untamed already exists, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's put Ranger. But UT. Alright, I need to fix this because I messed them up one time. So import this and then fix. Where'd it go? How do I see it here? Am I tripping? T13T. All right. Looks like actually these are working, right? Yeah. All right, Untamed. Couple of things to go over with Untamed. Pretty sure I'm just using Berserker with Scholar runes. Yeah. So I'm literally just using full Zerker. Somehow I don't have infusions in this. Alright. Untamed, couple of things. The big mechanic on Untamed is whenever you switch this unleash state between you and your pet, whoever is unleashed gets extra buttons. The pet gets a teleport in, an AoE corrupt, and then of course the booger ball. Everybody loves the booger ball. When you're unleashed, the weapon you get gets an extra, like a enhanced 1 skill. Okay, and this only happens once every weapon swap. Okay, so for Spear, it's like a big cone that summons these spores that also explode a second time. All right. The big mechanic, other than that, is... Well, I guess we'll go over each weapon. So the Spear 5 stealths you and empowers your other attacks. Okay, your Spear 3 is a Pierce after you stealth, which is really good. And that's really all that's important on Spear. Of course, your pet ambush is good. When you go into Hammer, your ambush skill, if you're in Unleash Ranger already, when you weapon swap in combat, it automatically procs it. And it's like a channeled swirl around you. Like this. And each hit summons a little booger bomb that also makes them explode. Okay? So... Spear 5 or Hammer 5 is a leap forward, so careful with it. Main mechanic on Untamed is going to be your elite and spores. Okay, this is the most important thing on Untamed. When you're playing Untamed, your elite gives you some stability, resistance, and 50% damage reduction. And anytime you do damage, the cooldown is reduced by 1 second. So basically you want to hit as many targets as you can when you press this ability. And then your other big button is Exploding Spores. Exploding Spores summons a ring of spores around you. In fact, I'm actually going to go over here. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's go to these guys. Alright, so when you cast your elite, it gives you your boons. If you notice, the cooldown is going to go down as soon as I start doing damage here. And use it again, almost. Okay, so basically, each time you use your elite, you want to make sure that you pair it up with your spores, because your spores summon a ring of like these little mines around you. They strip boons and add poison on top of the strike damage that they're doing. Okay, so that's your big thing that you care about. You want to make sure that your forest's fortification and your spores always line up. As you can see, my elite is back up. Next time my spores are ready, I can just send it. Okay. So pretty simple. So that is your utility rotation, but then you also have your weapon rotation. So every so often you're going to want to go and switch between all of your weapons. And we'll go through them now. The rotation is actually crazy easy on Untamed. So you start with your pet unleashed. And here is just like your bomb opener, okay? You send your pet in, you use your elite, you get your ambush out, switch to your other weapon after using your spear ambush, and then you drop your spear at the end, your spores at the end. And after that, you just auto attack and hammer. And then here is your weapon rotation between the two, okay? When you switch into spear, you're going to want to use your ambush, spear 5 and spear 2, because that's a big hit all at once. After that, you can choose when you want to use spear 3 after stealthing, and spear 4 should be used after on its own. Never use spear 5 into spear 4. After that, it doesn't really matter what you do. You can just weapon swap whenever you're ready. After that, when you switch into hammer, your rotation is going to be to use your unleash, of course, which is the channel spinning ability, and you want to make sure you strike as many targets as possible when you use it. And then after that, just press 4-2-3. 4-2-3 is a combo on your hammer, and after that's auto attacking. It's honestly super straightforward. And that's it. It's a really straightforward build. You have a very consistent spore spike with forest fortification, and it's a very fun rotation. And then you also have the mace rotation, which I'll show you. Good. Hold on, where's mace Untamed? Hold on. Gotta switch that real quick. Do I not have a... I guess I don't. Thought I did. Thought I had an armor set with mace, so let's just build it real quick. Actually, I kind of want to just rather do it here, right? Yeah, let's just move the... Actually, let's just use this PV one if I get... Who cares? Alright, so the other rotation on Untamed is the full melee rotation. This one is better for tighter groups, smaller scale. You start in mace. It's relatively similar. Hold on, let me Zerg DPS traits. There we go. Alright, so the rotation on mace is more interesting. It's all melee oriented, so keep that in mind. It's more like a Reaper, I guess. So same thing, forest fortification, send your pet in, use your unleash, and then use your weapon skills. You can skip hammer or mace 3 if you want. Once you get your big buff, you drop your spore. You can forest fortification and then switch to hammer once you go through all of your mace skills twice. Remember, the mace skills reset. They reset once you reach 5 stacks of rampant overgrowth. No, Renature's strength. That's right. So it's going to reset right here. So I'm going to drop my spore right here. Okay, and then got that big bomb. Then you back into melee, and then you have the hammer rotation. So this is the rotation. You kind of bounce between hammer and mace, and you go through those 2 bursts. And then you have one window where you do extra damage. Hey, let them have their victory, you know? Yeah, go off, King. Short guy with a big chair. I was playing. Alright, just talking shit in my guild chat. Alright, so that is the rotation. It's very fun. It's honestly my favorite melee rotation, I think, in Zerg, because it actually has a really smooth weapon-to-weapon rotation, and it feels pretty good. Mace has a lot of CC in it. You have a daze on 5, you have a stun on 2, you have a bit of cleanse and stab on your 4. But again, it's a full melee build, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. One of my favorite builds. Boom. All right. Hopefully that answered your question, Malo, on Untamed. That's kind of the rotation. How can you expect to use it? Traits, you pretty much always go 3-3-1 because your 1 is your let loose, which is your main mechanic on Untamed. Unfortunately, in World you don't use the other ones at all. Corrupted Vines adds the Boon Corrupt into your kit, so the other two are not as good. They're better while roaming because they give you quick and stability, or they give you Condi Cleanse instead of boon conversion. You still have Boon Strip, but you don't have this. Corrupts it, so it turns it into a Condi. So that's why you have less, though. By the way, this adds more overall Boon Strip to your kit. You still have some Boon Corrupt in your kit baseline, so when you're roaming, you can consider taking Cleansing Unleash instead. And then Blinding Outburst is just a 15% damage increase. You just have to take it, pretty much. And then you have to go Skirmishing for Vicious Query. Vicious Query is just too good. Gives you a lot of crit chance, ferocity. Extra power, some fury in the build if you go roaming. You can get some fury here instead of some of the other sources. I think that's really, I mean, you get it when you weapon swap, but yeah, pretty straightforward. But yeah, Untamed, awesome build, very fun. Both rotations, very cool. Highly recommend it. I don't know why I accidentally logged into my DH here, my Guardian. Alrighty. Oh wait, let me go back to my main. Alright, party people, I'm gonna cut my stream out. I'll be here on Friday, stream again, just like today. I'll do our regular Zerg stream, and then after hours we'll talk about the new legend hype. Razah mains unite, conduit gamers, conduit enjoyers. So Friday, ANET's gonna do the reveal stream where they go over all the traits, all the skills for the new legend, for Revenant and Evoker, for Ellie, and the Metal Bender for Engineer. So that's gonna be cool. Honestly, I'm looking forward a lot to Friday's stream. Lots to go over. And I'm guessing I'm gonna keep on maining. I'll keep playing Vindicator for a little while I work on my Renegade build guide. I'm gonna do a little more advertising, guys, but I have my Renegade build guide is coming soon. I've got a little build guide trailer already here. My name is Ramix, and in today's video, it brings me great pleasure to present to you my Renegade build guide. This is coming soon for Renegade. Vindicator next, and then Hollow, maybe Berserker. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Do. Let's see here. All right, guys, it is going to be end of the stream for me. Just gonna chill out the Discord again. Please consider joining the old Discord on the pinned comment. It's just a chill place for you guys to communicate. Also access any resources that I put together. Renegade build guide coming soon. I'll keep on streaming Vindicator gaming for the near future. Friday stream, looking forward to it. And I think that's it. think that's all of the cliff notes. It's a pretty good link this week. Sadly, the other teams are much fatter than we are. You know, our core group is like 30 strong. And a lot of us are casuals. So it's kind of also why I run this YouTube channel. I run this YouTube channel to help people play the game. You know, I want people to get into the game. I want people to find it interesting. And I want people to have a place to get better. All right. All right, Malo. I will see you guys next time. You guys take care. Hit a like on the stream. Hit a sub on the channel. You guys make sure you're drinking water and taking care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time.